Okay,
It's so weird.
I just
Like,
geeking at
when I
myself.
hear it, I picture like a veggie doing parkour. It's like a celery stick.
But it's an Indian dish called parkour. You know, it's veggie parkour.
Right.
I'm just eating. I'm just like, whoa, veggie parkour. It's just like eating it. It's just stupid, bro. It was stupid. I was just geeking at myself. Those are always the best.
Sometimes they're just like, I'm playing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It's funny you talk to yourself like that.
you gotta
So much
amuse
content.
yourself with a laugh. You know, at one point. You look around too. You're just like, we throwing that Maryland out there, bro. I don't got no Maryland gear.
You gotta get married.
Bro, I love Maryland flag gear, bro.
Oh, it's best. It's the best flag in the world.
I don't have enough.
Maryland flag should have been the American
I
flag.
have enough. I remember I was mad because I bought that Baltimore Ravens hoodie, and I remember had the purple, Maryland flag stuff like the Ravens. And the first time I wore it out, I saw like 8 people with it. I was just like, fuck this shit.
I'm gonna wear this again.
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck, man? I thought it was fucking cool shit with this
fresh.
fucking hoodie, man. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Never again.
Yeah, exactly, man. Whatever, bro. Love that shit, though. I like this bitch up, man.
Oh shit, we're already on here.
Oh, my bad, man. I thought you knew I was going live. My
I
bad.
didn't even know.
Yeah, I'm sitting there. I'm just like, man, this dude's acting weird, bro.
I was like,
He's like, he doesn't want to talk now. I was like, what the fuck?
More content?
Yeah, I'm sitting there. I'm just like, he doesn't look like he doesn't even want to talk anymore, bro. I was like,
I've been out the game for a while.
I'm sitting there. I'm just like, I'm getting a little salty. I was like, bro, what's he doing right now? It's just like,
What they give you, B?
And like, you were looking at the thing.
Jesus gave
You were
me
looking at the
3
thing.
years.
And I thought like you were about to say something like, yo, what's good, everybody? You know, like, you know what we do? Like, you look over there and say, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I was like, I guess we're finished this
they're
story.
not
Then
gonna
we're
say
live.
anything, bro. No, we're live. My bad. We live.
I have missed talking.
You gotta say it loud.
And I get Steve some
proud.
Maryland gear. It was to the point where I was like, I'm like, man, what if me and Steve can't do a cast for 6 months?
Well, I saw you look at me. I was like, does he not appreciate this little story about Maryland gear and the Baltimore thing I didn't have? Like, because the way you're looking, because the way you were looking, I was like,
just thinking, why the hell?
I'm
did I
like,
press
bro,
live?
he doesn't appreciate this right now. I'm just my bad. I just want to tell you about this Baltimore hoodie. You know?
My story week or something, dude.
I mean, it wasn't the best story, but I just wanted to get that off my chest a little bit, you know.
I gave you nothing.
I remember I got a haircut. I took a selfie with it. I remember I just never wore it again. I was
That
like,
sucks when you get crushed like that too, right? When
Yeah.
your drip gets crushed. That's a different kind of crush.
Like this is when I was cutting my hair. I was like, I just got my fade. You know what I'm saying? I just got my fade. You know, had it lined up. I had a shape up going over. I was like, boom. I remember I had the hoodie up. I pulled it back a little bit so the shape up come out.
Fade, yeah.
So the shape up come out and you see the sideburns. Yeah.
Crisp.
Right. Exactly, man. Exactly.
What's the guy's name? I forget the guy's name. The barber.
Oh, Ivan.
Ivan hit me.
Shout out Ivan, bro. Bro, straight up, bro. He was a great barber, man. I remember I was geeking one day because I remember it was like one of the last times I went. I remember I went. I'm just like Grant? It's like, that's all Grant. I was like, Grant?
Grant was there, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
that guy.
I was like, what the fuck? I didn't realize that, though.
Yeah.
I remember because he was the Greektown barber. Everyone in Greektown and Joseph Lee used to come to him. But when I realized I went as far as like Hachi and Grant, I was just like, damn, bro, this dude, nation fucking miss.
A good cut goes far.
Wide.
But yeah, drip crush is a different kind of crush, man. It makes me think about the first year my mom let me buy my own school clothes. Remember, she gave me, it was like $90, $100. I hit AJ Wright's, and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting fresh. I can finally buy what I want, you know. And so I buy this one outfit. You know, I bought a couple outfits, but there's like this one specific outfit that I thought was my freshest outfit.
My bad.
It was a blue fitted.
Yeah.
You know, it was a blue like shirtless, like kind of like a jersey, but without anything on it. It was just blue and white.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I had some blue shorts, and then I had like my white shoes that I already had. You know what I mean? I was like, this bitch is
fresh.
Bro. So I remember like my sister has a bunch of friends over. She's down there with her boyfriend. He's got some friends over. It's like 7, 8 people. I come down there. I'm down there. I wear my freshest gear. Trying to impress, you know, some ladies maybe, you know, that are 10 years older than me. You know, like, I come down there in my outfit, and I remember like right away, my sister was just like, you know, that's 3 different colors of blue, right? And I'm just like, all the air came out of me, yo.
Yeah, man.
This was a walking soul, bro. Everybody's staring at me, yo. I'm probably like 9. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's literally how I am. Like, just don't. I don't even remember what I said because I don't even think I said nothing. Bro.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I just was frozen. I'm just like, yeah, just go back upstairs, bro. I remember just like that still sits with me to this day. That ultimate embarrassment.
I remember the I was shopping for shoes for going to 6th grade. So I mean, this was like from elementary school to 6th grade. It was
You
big.
remember your drip dashes?
It was big. So I remember I was going to go shop for school shoes. I remember I picked out these. This was like when like the Iraq War was like just like I got like picking up and everything. I remember I picked out these desert camo Air Force Ones. And I was like, let me see those in a size 8 real quick, just like or whatever size that was. I remember trying them on. I remember I'm sitting. I'm just like, yo, these bitches are hard. Shout out to the soldiers, man. I was like, man, these bitches are dope, man. And I just love them. I remember I'm sitting there, and my sister, my grandma just was like, those are gay. And it was like,
those sound hard.
I remember I teared up a little bit because I'm sitting. I'm just like, bro, these bitches are so hard, man. Like, I love it, man. What? They're gay? I got gay taste, man. What? Damn, bro. Like,
that's exactly how it is. You're like, I got bad taste.
I'm like,
I can't color coordinate.
I mean, like, I'm sitting there. I remember just teared up a little bit. I'm just like,
teared up
because I just get the black and white Jordans, man. And I mean, they're both like, yeah, those are fresh as fuck. They shit. I'm just like, I wasn't fucking straight because they were like digital. Because I remember like they were that digital camo. Like it was like that gray and like off gray kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like it was nothing crazy. They were gray shoes pretty much.
Right.
It was just digital camo. I thought they were hard as fuck. I cupped them today.
Yeah, bad taste.
And I remember like I'm going to middle school. I remember just thinking I was just like I'm gonna be right on. There's a bunch of new people. I'm just like I'm gonna just try something. I thought it was different, I guess, just be a little flashy or something. I don't know. Because they were a little flashy. Like, they were different, Everyone just had straight up black and white Jordans or some shit or, like, some blue Jordans or all white Jordans or all black Jordans. That was kind of what everyone had. And so I remember just, like, tried something different. Just got called gay by my grandmother and my 60-year-old grandmother and my sister. Like, those are gay. you don't want those. You don't want those, honey. Come on.
It's funny because I remember your long hooping shorts.
Yeah.
Remember we got on those? That was funny.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine how you're like thinking, you're like, oh, these are hard. And at the time, like long shorts weren't kind of hard, but they just looked funny on you.
Yeah.
They were just so long.
Short, and I was still chunky.
Yeah, exactly.
I was still chunky,
It's like they look like pants.
So I mean, I remember that, but I remember I had those for the longest time, man. And I remember
I think it was just the angle the one day, bro.
No, I remember I didn't really care because I remember I was like, bro, these bitches are so comfortable, bro. I have so much room. The pockets literally go under my knees. Like it's like that's how fucking like those things were definitely big. But I think I got those because I was still fat and I didn't have ones that could like fit my waist. Like
without a little tightness on there.
Exactly.
A mark on there.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean like they were definitely long, They were definitely long as shit. So it was what it was.
One that stands out on me is 9th grade. I remember 9th grade. Mom was just a little bit broke. You know what I mean? It wasn't a good year. Didn't have as much money as usual. So I only had like a certain amount. I didn't really have money for clothes. I had money for clothes or shoes, basically. So the shoes are, running dead. I'm like, man, I got to get some shoes. I had like $70. So I cop the 398s. And I'm like, man, I don't want to get the normal ones, the gray and blue ones, because everybody had the gray and blue 398. This is when the yellow and black 398s first came out. So I was like, I get them bitches. Those are gonna pop. Like I said, I didn't have much money, so those were like $60. So I had like $10 to, make something match, basically.
Yeah.
I hit the Dollar General, and I get a pack of those thermals. Well, I'm like, I don't want to get, regular thermals.
Yeah.
So I get something that matches that, which was yellow. It's yellow thermal, So like the second day of school, I go in 9th grade. I got this yellow thermal on. I got black jeans on, and I got the yellow and black 398s on. I think I look hard. I I remember getting there, and like this one boy's just like, motherfucker, look like a bumblebee. I'm just crushed, bro.
Every time,
I didn't have no pack back. I was like,
every
I do,
time, man, because
do.
They hit you when you're feeling at your highest, bro. And that sucks, man. Because like, man, you talk about it, you're feeling confident. You picked out a solid fit. You went out on a limb, and you were stepping out your comfort zone wearing this fit. You know what I'm saying? You weren't comfortable with this fit, bro.
Exactly.
You were trying something different. You were like, bro, I'm swagged out, and then boom, you shit on, man, like that. It's the worst. Like you said, that drip crush.
That drip crush.
That shit will fucking kill you, man. Oh my god. I mean, I'm trying to think of like, oh yeah, I remember this one time. This was back like when I used to try it. I remember I was like trying to be all emo and shit, trying to dress all gothic and emo. I remember this is when I was hanging out with one of my friends were heavy from like middle school, who like really put me on to like a lot of that stuff. And I remember I was
Who put you onto that?
I don't want to throw the name out there, because it's someone I don't talk to anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I know?
Yeah, you know him.
Okay.
Yeah, you went to middle school with him. Remember I used to hang out with him all the time. The little mole rat. I remember we were chilling and I went over.
Victor?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, I didn't want to throw it out there though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just weird.
He was always okay. He's cool.
Yeah, he's cool, dude. But I remember
I know that. I've never seen you with them one time. I just was thinking, like, who would put someone onto that in middle school?
Yeah. Right, exactly. Yeah. So anyway, I remember. I felt like I was dressed dope. I remember having like some skinny jeans. I had the chain on from like the back, from like the front to the back. And I remember I was wearing like this like band shirt, had like a scarf on or some shit. Just like it was like really something. I remember stepping out and like really trying.
I wish I could see
Listen,
that.
I remember I was really trying to be like I'm like this is me. This is who I am.
This guy.
This is who I am. I'm trying to fit in. I'm trying to find my spot. This is who I am. I like this stuff. And I remember I went.
Did you really like it?
It was more about it was just an identity thing. It was an identity thing, man. I just it's like
you didn't really ever be like, man, I like that stuff. When I get older,
well,
I mean,
exactly. Well, I thought I liked the stuff at the time, but again, you grow and you change and you figure that that's not me. That's not me.
Even like that same music now.
Right? No, I still do. I still love that shit, bro.
You still love screamo and shit.
I'll listen to. I still feel that energy, man.
I never hear you
when you still get that metal breakdown. I don't listen to it. No, I don't. But I can go. But I'll go back. And I'll listen to August Burns Red and shit, and all that stuff. And I'll just I'll feel that energy and that hype, and I'll feel that fucking like I still love that. I still love metal, man.
I got you.
I always like metal.
Sorry.
But the whole style thing was always.
So I want to hear your outfit again. I want to hear your fit.
What's that? The skinny jeans.
Do it like the YouTube.
Bro,
do it like the YouTube.
Skinny jeans, like gray skinny jeans, Hot Topic, $20. White Converse or black Converse, $45. Black Hot Topic studded belt buckle, $15.
Hey, I remember you with that.
Metal wallet chain. That came free with the wallet. Hot Topic Benti, asking Alexandria. It's $20 Hot Topic, and then like there's like the $10 scarf or whatever. It's just like purple. It matched the shirt. Like I said, the style was always one thing I just tried to like step out into. Yeah, there it is. I got it under my phone.
I got you.
So like this was a day where I tried to do that, and I remember I went over to my mom's house.
Your jeans were super skinny.
Yeah, I went over to my mom's house, and I went next door to go see next door neighbors I used to hang out with when I was younger all the time. When I used to like go to my mom's more. I just went to go say what's up to them because it was probably like at that point probably like 5 or 6 years since like I've been over there or something like that. I just went to go say hi to both of them. And I remember the one the dad. I remember like when I knocked, boom, they went and got the kid. And he came over. We were talking and shit. He was like, yeah, I was like. I didn't know who it was because my dad, came over and got me. He was just like, yeah, there's some faggot at the door. I'm just like, damn, what I'm saying? Around that point, I was like, dog.
Maybe it wasn't about your clothes.
I was like, dog, I fucked this dad. I'm pretty sure it was about the clothes.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%.
Sure you just didn't look like a faggot?
Huh?
You sure you just didn't look like a faggot? Yeah, outside the clothes.
Wait, seriously, look at this dude.
What I'm saying,
that
was a joke. What I'm saying is, like,
I get it.
Anybody that came to the door, like any of his friends, he might have been like, "Oh, one of your little faggots is at the door." You know what I'm saying?
No. I don't think it was like that. It was just like his dad. I don't think his dad would say that about someone who was like, like I can understand if it was like maybe one of his friends, that came and answered the door at his house for some weird reason or some shit, but like this is dude's dad. There's some faggot at the door, like.
So
I mean, skinny jeans, bro, and like late 2008, it's not like cool yet, It's like it's gay to wear some skinny jeans, you know what I'm saying?
Tight as hell.
Yeah.
So after he says that, he continues with the convo, and you try to maintain the convo, but in your head, you're just like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend."
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly, Just like,
bro, did you see that fucking 5-year-old, bro? That was driving.
Yeah, $3.
$3, bro.
You hear what happened to that kid?
He's trying to go get a Lamborghini.
Well, you heard what happened after that.
No, he
Some
got
dude,
free.
some dude came and gave him a ride in his Lamborghini.
Really?
Yeah,
Power of the internet.
yeah.
That's cool.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know because I was looking. I was just like, could this be rewarded kind of like the bad behavior? You know, it's like,
Bro,
you stole the car.
but once you see like the report of how that kid was once he got pulled over, that kid was scared to death, bro. Like he immediately regretted what he did. He did not want to be there. You know, he's apologetic. He's crying. You know, he was so sorry. Like, you know, and I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, it's like we all make mistakes. You know what I mean? Like we're all like that's something that like I seen a good point the other day where it was like, how come we punish kids for things that we still do as adults? You know, like you get something on your shirt. As a kid, you get punished, but you still do that to this day. You know what I mean? You lose something. You still lose things to this day. But as a kid, you get punished for that. You know what I mean? It's weird that we do that. It's like you're trying to teach them right, but it's like we don't punish ourselves when we do that. And we still do it till this day.
I get you. Yeah. I get something like that, but when we're talking about like, bro, you stole a car. I'm not gonna ride in a Lamborghini.
But like when you're 10 years old,
I'm
you
gonna
break
ride
a
in
glass.
a Lambo.
You break a glass, you know what I mean? Your mom's just like, you gotta be more careful.
Yeah, but
you know,
yo,
whatever it is, they're like, you gotta be more careful. You can't just be out here breaking glass. When you're an adult, you're just like,
yeah,
"Whoopsies."
but as a you know, like the adult doesn't like you break that glass, the adult doesn't just come and give you a fucking diamond chalice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
No, but there is people that do.
You know, well,
there is people that do,
but-
you know, for things like that.
but the point, you know, is like, boy, you stole a car, like you don't get to ride in a Lambo.
You
You
steal a
know?
car.
Well, you stole your mom's car. And you
His mom's
fucking
car.
drove it. You fucking drove it away. Like, come
Drove
on
a
now, bro.
mile.
Come on now. You
I
know.
don't know, Steve. I
I
don't
don't know. I'm
feel.
just like, you don't drive no Lambo, bro. You don't get
What
a ride in
up?
a Lambo. What? What? You steal anyone's car? You don't get a ride in a Lambo. Like, you know,
Dude,
you're 16. Take your mom's
Bro.
car. You don't get to come and be like, yo, hop in this McLaren, bro. You know, it's like, you know, it's
when
like
you're 16, though.
any age, 10 years old, bro.
Yeah, he's 5.
5, whatever.
It's cool.
Whatever, man.
No one got hurt. It's cool.
Ah.
I'm impressed that a 5-year-old drove like 1.2 miles.
Especially
What?
especially at such a young age, I'm like, hey kid, great job driving 1.2 miles. Here's a ride in a Lambo. It's just like
Why are you mad at a 5-year-old dude?
I'm
though?
sitting
Why
here,
aren't you
I'm
mad at the
sitting
person that's
here,
watching the 5-year-old.
I'm sitting here. I'm just like,
His brother or his sister was watching him.
I'm not mad at the 5-year-old. I'm saying you don't get the Lambo ride.
What did the kid do wrong?
You know what I'm
What did
saying?
the kid really do wrong?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like
He doesn't even know what he's
like
doing.
it's
He's
easy.
5.
Like,
5 is crazy young, Steve.
but this is the thing that this is like it's like the development at that age, the brain learning. You know, you're sitting there just like, you know, it's like, hey, I'm sorry, bud, but you know, this guy doesn't want to come give you a ride in the Lambo, but you don't get the ride in the Lambo, man. You took the car. It's a huge no, man. You don't do that. You don't take things that you're responsible. You don't get the ride in the Lambo.
For your son?
I mean, it's like at that moment, it's at that time, I'm not sure, but like I'm not gonna let this dude come up ride around a Lamborghini. You know?
You're gonna deny him the chance to ride in a Lamborghini.
Yeah, as a punishment. That'll be his punishment.
I'm looking at this kid like
Bro, we could have made a viral fucking. We could have tried to make a viral campaign to get you a Lambo ride.
Bro, listen. What I'm saying is, I'm seeing it from the complete opposite side. Like, this is my son. There's no punishment, man. It's because I seen how he reacted. You get what I'm saying? Like, I seen like the reaction, the report of the reaction. Like, it was not a fake cry. You know what I mean? Like,
I got
he was
you.
genuinely scared.
I got you.
He didn't. Once he left, he obviously realized he made a mistake.
I got you, man.
You know, for me, that's my son. Of course, we're gonna have to have a talk. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to have a talk. But at the end of the day, I'm impressed by your determination, by your want and your passion for something that you want in this world. You want a Lambo, boy? Go out there and get you one. I fucking love that.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I love that, bro.
I feel you on that. I get that. I get that.
I would cry
But for me,
proud.
but for me, I'm just like, but man, it's like,
bro,
I ain't gonna
your
get this
son
Lambo ride.
is playing with Barbie dolls. I'm not trying. Barbie dolls is the wrong thing to say. You know what I mean? But I'm like, your son, he's playing the game. You know, he's playing Xbox. My son was gonna drive to Cali from Utah.
See, that's a
with
very
$3
odd.
in his
That's what I'm saying.
pocket.
That's a very odd thing to say, though. Just be like, bro, because you said that, your kids should be on the Xbox, just chilling like a loser.
What are
My
you
kids be
saying?
out
I'm
there
not talking
getting
about
it.
your kid.
You know
I'm
what I'm
not talking about
saying?
your kid.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying your kid. I'm
Like,
saying a kid in general.
you know?
I'm not saying it's true, Steve. I'm saying that's how I feel if it happened. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
I'm
just
like,
don't agree, man.
I'm like, man, I just feel like, man, you kids are out here talking about what you want. You're inside every single day, not doing shit. This boy wanted a fucking Lambo. He fucking hopped in that whip and he was gonna go get him one. I fucking respect that. I feel like I gained a little respect from my son.
As a 5-year-old, bro,
No, I'm like, you know what? I want a Lambo, and I'm gonna go get me one. Like he got me fired up, bro. I'm inspired by this kid, bro.
I don't.
Dude, he drove over a mile at 5 years old. They said they only pulled him over because he swiggled a little bit on a circle turn. I'm like, yo, wow.
I get you,
the
man.
only part
I
I'm
get
mad
you.
about is that you didn't know Lambos were in Utah. That's the only problem that we got here. I can't believe we got that problem. But you're smart to drive a mile for something you want, and you just believe that you can drive.
Man,
he just believed he could drive, and he did it. Bro, I'm looking at this kid like you might be the next Dale Earnhardt.
This comes down to like
this comes down to
like one thing we talked about before, where it's like kids are dumb, and I mean you could sit there and call it smart, I guess, but in the same way, it's dumb.
It's so dumb.
It's like you jump. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was a ridiculous decision.
Listen, it's 100% dumb.
And then
smart.
And then the moment the kid gets in an accident and gets hurt or dies, then it's like, bro, that would. What then? It's like then it's a whole different story of like, bro. Of course he didn't. It didn't, but that's why we got treated as like, look, man, you took the car. This is like you don't understand what can happen.
You obviously, I said, obviously you're going to try and instill and teach
now,
that.
I may go as far as say I won't punish the kid, but I'm not gonna let this dude come, Lambo, right, bro, man. I think it'll teach him something, man. It'll be like, you made this stupid decision, man.
Your kid is trying to show you. He made a dumb decision.
Let's talk about smart kid. This 5-year-old makes this online viral campaign and gets this dude to come ride him in a Lambo. That kid's smart.
No, bro, don't do
that. That kid's smart, man.
Do that,
this 5-year-old is like, bro, I'm gonna make an online campaign.
I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna beg. I'm gonna go in there and ask for something. Meanwhile, your kid said he wanted something, and he went for it, man.
See, I think you're doing a lot to prop up this kid's because we don't know what's in this kid's head, and you're looking at like, man, this kid's a passionate, fired up motherfucker, man. But really, he's just a dumb kid. Took a car. He's talking about a Lambo at $3. A kid with internet nowadays doesn't know a fucking kid. A Lamborghini doesn't cost $3.
I've said from the beginning. It's 100% dumb. There's nothing smart about it. There's one thing. Man. You know what the one thing is? You know this kid got?
Some cojones. Fucking cojones. I'll give you that one, dog.
Big
balls, man. Man, you got some balls, bro.
I hear it. I'm just like, where did he make it to? Hubbard Ave. Don't do that shit again.
Go get another Lambo. Go get that Lambo.
Of course I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying.
That's what I just feel weird being like, hey, that's bad. Go get the Lambo.
Bad, but I love your passion, bro. Like I can mold this. I can work with this.
But is it passion? Is it really passion?
Bro, the kid said he wanted a Lambo, dude. And he went for it, bro. He didn't even think twice. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I see. Does that equate passion? Listen, Steve. No, it's genius. That's why I'm saying. Here's the genius part, right? That kid does not know how to drive, Steven. Right? He wanted the Lambo so bad. He didn't check the price of the Lambo. He didn't check the price. Listen. He willed himself to drive.
Look, you know what? I would give it to him. I would give it to him.
He might have Asperger's.
I would give it to him if he fucking drove a 6-speed transmission fucking down the street.
He didn't hit nothing. He didn't crash into nothing. A cop had to pull him over, and he pulled over. It's like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, man, I don't know, man.
That's one of the
I'm
times
not.
you yell at him in front of the woman, you know, in front of your wife, and then when you go in the room, you're just like, bro. I don't know. I just feel like he's like Ricky Bobby. You know what I mean? Like it's like he is not smart. What I'm saying is like when I see something like that, right? And I could be wrong, right? I don't know this kid. I don't know if he's like that, but that's how I'm seeing it. Like it's like he wanted something, right?
So you thinking if it was your son,
so
you know?
listen, here's how I see it though. Here's how I see it. Like I'm trying to build, a good person. I'm trying to build a great person, right? You can't build that in someone. You get what I'm saying? Like you can't build that will and we talk about it all the time. Like when you're people quit, and that, you want to you're willing to go a little bit farther. Like you can't put that in people. I don't want to brag, but like that's how I feel.
Right.
Like I'm gonna always outrun you. I just like you can't build that into someone. I've learned that because I know that I'm like that, and I know like if I try and put that in people, they're gonna backfire on me because that's not who they are,
Right.
So when I see that in someone, like I see that similarity, I go, man, I can't teach you that. You've got that. I can teach you a Lambo isn't $3, and I can teach you that you shouldn't steal my car. You know what I mean? I can't teach you to want something like that. I can't teach you to have that fire like that. You gotta have it. You gotta be born with it. And I'm just like,
and that's where I just disagree a little bit. But in particular with this kid's case, where I just don't see it as like this kid has that fire, that passion to just go out and just drive that bitch. Just like the kid's dumb. He got lucky. He thought he was gonna buy a Lambo with $3. Got caught.
That's bad when you put it.
That's just how I mean. I guess it's a particular case.
Respect his age. That's all I'm saying is respect.
I respect his.
Age,
I will respect the
really?
intellect behind his driving.
When's the last time you've seen a 5-year-old? Because I see a 5-year-old all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Like, do you really know how dumb they should be, bro? For a kid to be able to drive a Mario, that's very impressive.
I give it to him. I would give if anything, I would give that to him. I would give that to him.
Can you at least tell your son that's very impressive? That's very impressive, but it's bad.
Listen, that's very impressive. No Lambo ride.
Don't take his Lambo. I'll be there. I'll be there talking for that boy. Uncle, I got you. I'm like, listen, he will take 2 weeks punishment. Let him have the Lambo ride.
He's just like, I can't. I don't want, this guy doesn't talk to me. Don't tell my kid, shut up, dog.
It's like, I don't know, 3.
Now he's really not getting that Lambo.
20 years
despite you.
20 years from there, we're at the cookout. I'm just like, remember I got you that Lambo ride your daddy didn't want to give you, boy. I want to develop a country accent. I hope I can go to Australia, live there for 20 years, and talk Australian.
I think having the Baltimore accent is enough, bro.
How creepy and cool would this be? I want to get inside of that kangaroo pouch because you know what I mean. They just seem so fucking cozy. What really is it like in there? They have like a bacteria in there that's specifically for their offspring that fights like viruses and shit.
It's practically like inside them, actually.
It's like very warm.
Yeah.
That thing. How far does that thing stretch? Can you fit a human?
I don't think so. Humans are pretty big. Bigger than kangaroos, as a matter of fact. Kangaroos are relatively small compared to humans.
It reminds me of like white people shit. Like the classic one. Like a kangaroo's dad is like, he looks at his pouch.
Can I get his pouch, bro?
Put his head in there. Yeah. Now I get it.
You're sitting here like, all right, everyone, back up. We're gonna survive the night. We gotta live inside this beast, okay? I'm gonna gut him, we gotta leave the guts in because that's what all the warmth is, okay?
It's funny how you just know shit like that, right? Like if you really were out there with the horse and like you
might live inside.
You would try and do something like that just because like you don't know how to do it. You have no idea how to do it, but you just know like it's been done. It's funny how we just have like all this info. Like you don't deserve that info. You know what I mean? No. You shouldn't have that info.
And that's where you're like, thank you, TV. Thanks for Discovery Channel.
How far you would go to? Like, how far would you go on the brink of death? You know what I mean? Like, how far? Did you know you could eat leather? Did you know you could eat leather, bro? Apparently, I learned this on Rogan.
Interesting.
Rogan was talking about the Great Depression.
Interesting.
When they were talking about like the worst of the Great Depression, like the worst joke that someone could make about you, the worst time a family was going through, and they would be basically a shoe eater. They ate shoes, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Steve. Leather is edible, but it's just very tough.
Yeah.
It's actually an edible thing, and that's literally how broke they were. That's how starving they were. And doesn't that fucking bother you? The fact that you can be that broke and you go outside, you could be starving, right? But you could go outside right now and you could plant whatever you wanted to and grow it, but you don't know how to. You know what I mean? Like I can't believe that we don't know how to grow food. Like that bothers me so much. I've been working on it. I failed 2 years in a row. I'm gonna try a third year in a row, and I'm just gonna keep trying because it bothers me that like the fact that like why would it ever come to a point where you're eating a shoe, Steve? You get what I'm saying? Like you couldn't find one carrot to get, to plant a carrot, couldn't find carrot seed. You get what I'm saying? Like you couldn't find a fucking seed because that's all you need. If you got property, you can find someone that's an open property,
right,
and woods and grow some fucking carrots that you could grab. You know
right,
what I
exactly,
mean?
yeah.
But you don't know how to.
Or like at least, or for the very least, forage. You know what I'm saying? You can at least forage for some shit.
But like people exactly.
Yeah.
You don't know what berries to eat. You don't
exactly.
know what to eat in there. Yeah. People get mad.
You can't even identify poisonous plants.
Exactly. Most people don't even know what poison ivy looks like. You know what I mean? And people get mad in schools the fact that like they don't teach you taxes. Bro, taxes is 3rd, 4th, 5th on the list. Number 1 should be how do you grow your own food? How do you maintain livestock?
So
how do you turn over soil? That should be there should be agriculture class 12 years of your learning. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Now, of course, in an ideal world, yeah, of course that's awesome, man. But come on. Is that really gonna be number 1? Like ever?
Why is that crazy?
I just think it's pretty crazy, man. I mean, like just because of like the very thing, like you look around, you see people. Yeah, there's people like there's people that want to grow their own food, want to live these homesteads, Let's look at what people really have their mind set on, bro. Listen.
I get what you're saying. I got you. People are like that.
No. Let's see where people are really under that shit, bro.
Totally.
And they're not even at that. They're not nowhere near there, bro.
Totally get it. What I'm saying is, bro. I'm thinking as a president. I'm thinking as a country.
Oh leader. Yeah.
I'm thinking you're not going to be a weak fuck who can't do nothing for this and this land. You know what I mean? If you're going to own land, you better be able to turn it over in one way or another.
Oh, that's not what government wants.
You get what I'm saying?
Why would any government want that?
I'm trying to build a strong government. I'm trying to make a strong country that can rely upon itself. You know what I mean? But listen, first of all, I bet America would make even more money if they really could figure out how to profit off of people growing their own shit. You know what I mean? There's still plenty of money you would be making. Say if everybody grew their own food, right? You're still buying your tools from, the hardware store. You're still buying your seeds from somewhere online or whatever. You know what I mean? You're still putting plenty of money out there into the economy. Really all you're eliminating is the grocery store. That's all it is. The food will still be there. You're still going to have trade.
Yeah, but let's look at the thing like this. Like, let's just look at the crush of farming itself, of American farming. Let's look at something like that where, that was a thing at one point. But then you got this huge company just come in and just chop everybody down, straight up.
But it's turning now, and we're seeing that agriculture is 1/3 of all carbon output. So that's a problem, right? And we're overstocking, we're over livestock, and we're overgrowing everything. We're putting disease into things. DNA is mutating from us going over. We're creating asthma in the air, cancer in the air from these swamp cesspools. You know what I mean? These pigs, we're becoming antibiotic resistant. That's a problem. We got steroids in our body. There's all these problems that are coming into it where you go, is it profitable? Yes, it's still profitable, right? But there is going to come a point where it's not going to be there. It's going to have to come back around. Like you're not going to be able to continue to do
bro.
that. You know what I mean?
100%. And I love it, man. I love hearing it. I agree with everything you're saying. I don't want you to think I disagree with anything you're saying, bro. But I just think of people, man. I think of the people I know and the people I see, and I want to say the majority of people, bro.
You're right.
And like
that's why I was thinking force it.
I love it.
You got to get an A, or you'll pass.
I 100% love it, man. But
even if you don't want to do it, you're going to have the info. How about
it's that? So ideal. It's such a beautiful, beautiful place to talk about. It's such a beautiful world. I love it, man.
First grade.
I love it, man.
Listen.
But I still got people sitting here. You know what I want? I want marriage, mortgage, and I want a fucking child. I'm just like
3 things. I'm starting a school. 3 things that we're teaching off the jump, right? The 3 that you really want to think about is like
2 things you want out of fucking life are fucking man-made bullshit creations. Like what?
Food, right? You grow your own food. Water purification. water source identification, right? Those go together because you need water too.
Yeah.
Those go hand in
Yeah.
hand. You have to be able to do that. How
Yeah.
to know how to purify water, how to find a reliable source if you know that water's toxic and
Yeah.
not, so on and so on. And then number 3, you would have something along the lines of like philosophy or critical
Bro,
thinking. You know,
look,
why are
this-
we
let-
teaching youngins philosophy?
Bro, let me.
Doesn't that seem like something you want your kid to learn? Like philosophy seems like something that would really help siphon and sustain ego. You know what I mean? If you could really
Yeah,
teach
but listen,
younger
bro,
children
right.
philosophy.
But look, bro.
6th grade
Bro,
philosophy.
hear me out. China's pumping out fucking scientists like crazy.
Dude, tell you
I
all the
need
time,
rocket
China's a threat.
engineers.
Bro,
I need rocket
I
engineers.
tell you all the
Yes.
time, China
Man.
is the threat, bro.
You know what I'm
because
saying,
of the
man?
fact that they go so hard.
Yeah.
You know what
yeah.
I mean? You
No, I
think a
get you,
Chinese
bro.
man don't know how to
I
grow a
get you,
plant?
man. I get
He
you,
knows how to
man.
grow a plant.
No, I get you, man. No, I get you, bro. And
It's
like,
a bonsai tree, and that's fact.
so I want to get into when I was when I took that acid. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, or it was like last week. And I was looking at myself in the mirror when I was like really going, like when I was really like peak tripping balls. I remember I was looking in the mirror, and I remember looking at myself, and I folded my arms from I went to the bathroom. I didn't plan to do this. I went to the bathroom real quick. I remember I came, washed my hands, looked in the mirror real quick, and I folded my arms. And I was looking at myself, and the image in the mirror became a very kind of like distorted, kind of like manly picture of myself, where like I don't know, it was like my forearms seemed really well defined, and I had like a really strong jaw, you know. And I was like looking at myself, I was like, yeah, that's a guy that you you really love. And then slowly I like delved like really like it just slowly formed more and more until I got to my regular like mere self, I believe. And then from there, it slowly got worse, you know. And I'm looking at it, I'm just
What
like
do you mean worse? Like you got
the
worse?
image. I'm looking at myself like of me
Fatter, what?
exactly fat. Like I had blackheads everywhere. I had pimples
Yeah.
everywhere. I had these inflamed pimples everywhere. I'm looking at myself, but at the same time I was doing this, I was talking myself down. You know, I was like, you're not happy with yourself. You're fat. You know, you don't like that. You know, I just kept doing that. It's just like as I got worse and worse, and this is like, and at one point I remember I was just like, I'm just like, that's what you don't like about yourself, man. Like I talked the things that like I didn't like about myself, and just kept making it worse.
Awesome.
And I'm sitting there, just like, I'm like, so you really don't like those things about yourself, huh?
Right.
I'm looking at myself as like, what is that distorted picture of you then? What was it? Is that how you view yourself possibly? Is that how I think of myself in the present? And at that same time, it's just a distorted, false version of me almost. You know, it's like it was just like, is that where I'm sitting? I need to do something where I know where I kind of like need to go. You know, like I don't like those things about myself, and I'm gonna change them. You know, and that's just how I was looking at it. You know, just like, and slowly like while I was looking at that mirror, I went like what I believe, like I said, I was tripping balls. What I believe went back to normal. You know. And I remember I was looking really close, and I'm just looking. I was just like, I was just thinking all these things. I was like, you don't care about yourself. You don't care about your body. I'm looking at this. I was like, you got bags right here. You don't sleep enough. I was just thinking all these things. I was
Cynical.
I was sitting there. I was just like, I'm like, you were wondering what you wanted, and your body's sitting here telling you what it wants. I'm like looking at my hair. I'm like looking at this in my skin. I'm just like, you want to treat yourself better, you know? Your body's telling you what it wants, you know, ultimately. And it was like, you know, it's like I'm sitting, I'm just like, you want your body wants more sleep. I'm looking at like, I did have some acne. I did have a little bit of acne, but not the exaggerated version I was picturing for a moment, you know. And I was just like, you wanna clean yourself up more. And that's where I when I was sitting, I was just like, I just had this vision like, I'm gonna shave, I'm gonna cut my hair off. You know, I'm just like just work really hard to like, trying to get in shape and whatnot. You know, I was just like one thing it seemed I was like really big when I was like looking in this fucking mirror, you know.
Kind of came to like a truth with yourself.
And the rest of the night I was thinking like the one thing that was like stuck in my head, and it kind of ties in what we were just talking about. I was just thinking about just like I just had like an envisioning of like a future self, I guess, because I'm nowhere near that moment now. And it was just me.
That's what I was gonna say.
And it was just me. It was just me where I was I was like, the way I was like working out, I was just like lifting these logs in the fucking stones forest. I was like laying on these hard rocks on like a riverbed, and I'm just lifting. I'm just like, and I'm shirtless, bro. I'm just like,
You're ripped.
I'm just like, I just kept seeing. I'm just like, yes,
Yeah, that sounds so.
yeah. And again, it's like, I'm tripping balls, man. I'm just like, man.
That's a crazy trip.
Oh
right
no,
there, bro.
that's
sounds
why I
cool.
like tripping by myself sometimes, man. Something about it was just like when the opportunity arose where I could, get the S. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna help Noah. I'm gonna see if he wants to trip real quick. I was like, I want to trip alone, I just want to just self-reflect, man. I was like, that's when I was like, when I was telling you about the phone thing, when I was like thinking about you, I was like, I want to talk to Newell, man. I want to talk to her. I'm gonna talk to Newell. I remember I had a message that I typed out while I was tripping. And I was gonna send it to you. Or I was just like, bro, man, think about your dog. We gotta trip. And I gotta peel back that noggin real quick, bro. I got some shit I gotta ask you real quick, man. Because when I was thinking about it, I was like, I forgot what I was looking at. I remember I was like, remember I told you about the Warzone shit? I was like, Noah's one of those people that puts people together, I was like, I was like, I think Noah's one of those dudes that's like, he's gonna be able to just like pop out, like kind of like how people like, whatever success that they're able to achieve, like I was looking at the world and then I was looking at the people that ascended above the world. And for some reason, I was up there, you were up there, and like, I was just sitting, I was just like, the way I was thinking about it, I was looking over at you, I was just like, bro, like it was like like that's how I was envisioning the trip, kind of. I was looking, I was just like, bro, like, like ego aside, man, like what is it, bro? What are you thinking over there? It's like, because right now I just feel so separated from my ego, bro. I just wanted to ask you everything, like things that I felt that I held back because of ego, where it's like, why would I want to ask Newell that? Because I already know, type of thing, it's like, like, but it was like silly shit where it was like, just like, like stuff about like this or that. And I was just like, just like ego aside, bro. I just feel like the tripping pulls the ego away, man.
Yeah,
You're just able to like, you're just able to just talk about shit, bro. I could just sit here and be like, bro, Newell, I don't know this. How do you raise a kid, man? Like, just like or some crazy shit. Something I'm just like sitting, I'm just like, bro, you really like, because like I feel like when I'm like a sober mindset, I feel like I do know a lot. But when I get in that trip, bro, that ego gets shedded away from me, where I'm just like, bro, you really don't know shit, man. And Newell smart me. You just gotta talk to him, and like, ego aside, man. And I'm just like sitting, I'm just like, bro, like what the fuck is going on right now, man? And then
it's hard for me to even understand what you're explaining.
I just started recounting everything. Yeah,
abstracted up about the earth, and then there's like me. And
I was just trying to describe my trip real quick, bro. Like, this is how it really went through in my head, man.
I'm trying to like, stay with it.
It's a lot. It's a lot, bro.
Projected above the world, but everyone's not there. So there's me over there, and then you're asking me.
It was like other people like ascended. Like I don't even know, man. It was just crazy shit, man. I don't even know. It was tripping balls. I was really tripping balls on that bitch, man. I was just trying to describe it. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I mean, like I feel like a lot of people would trip something like that, and like, man, I can tell, man, that seems weird. You're tripping balls. You're just sitting there like wondering, like. You're tripping, and the thing you're thinking about is like asking Newell something, without egos or some shit, just like, I'm sitting there, it's like that's what I was tripping though, man. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying, man. It's just like, I don't know, man. It was just crazy. I do got trip with you though now because I got some shit I got to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
I was talking to the guy at work just the other day about this, man. I was just like, he was talking about how he never did them, and I'm like, man, they changed my life, man.
Every time, and that's the thing.
Changed my life. It's funny because he was like, you know what happens when you do mushrooms, right?
You're poisoned. I fucking hate that word, man. Just because you said it so much that one time, that like it was like the second or third time I did it with y'all.
Because no one would talk about it. So I just kept bringing it up. It's like, I just like so poisoned right now, and it's just like creating me in my ultimate state.
And you know what else? You know what else didn't help? I watched that schizophrenia like video, and like where he was like drinking his coffee, it's like poison. And that's the way I hear you say it now, where it's like poison. Just like how like that schizophrenia. I'm just like, it's just weird, man. It's like, it gets me going.
When you just said that.
It gets me going with like the fucking chills, man. Just because that one of you are related to that when he's like poisoned. Say some shit like that, man. But yeah, man, like, and also when people understand, like neither me and you, we don't like trip like once a month, It's like we'll literally trip like once a year. Yeah. And I think it's good for you, man. I do think it's good for you, man.
I would like to do it a little bit more than I do. I would. Like in a year, I would like to trip 4 times?
I would say like twice, twice, 3 times,
4 times, 3 times.
I've never done it 2 consecutively, so I don't know how it feels. But from what I understand, it's like I would want to maximize it, throughout the year twice. Like
I've
twice.
never ever did shrooms or acid, and the next day was like, I'm about to do it again.
Oh yeah, no,
never.
Nope.
Like,
let alone like next month or the month after that. It's like this point, like, I'm thinking about the last time I took shrooms. I was like, it's coming up on like a year now. West this trip, because we did them in like August, bro. Wow. It was warm, man. We did them like August. I was like, it's about to come up on a year. I'm just like, I do have the access to the acid real quick. I'm just like, it just felt like time. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I just did it, and I feel like I had a really good experience, man. And I that's probably one of the main reasons I did buy the bike, because I felt like that was like a kind of a segue into it, because like I said, it was I got it on that bike, man. Like I said, I rode 8 miles, like
the acid did that for you.
Bro, it was crazy, man. Like it's cool. And that was the thing, like that's what I was like, with the tripping by yourself. Like I know it sounds weird, but like really when you're left alone with your own thoughts in such a crazy state, you really come at yourself sometimes, whether, and like you may not, like some people, I mean, tripping won't do this for some people, I'm sure. It all depends who you are, where you're at, what I'm saying?
Where you want to take
and that's what I'm saying, that's like, and at that moment, like, I guess that's just how I was feeling about myself, when, I mean, like, I literally did it in real time and just like, it was just crazy, man. It was awesome. It really was, man. It really was.
Yeah, that's super just useful, period. You know what I mean?
And I do recommend people like, do it once,
I was telling that guy.
Try it once, man.
Like, do it once, man. You see what I'm talking about, man.
What's the lose,
I was trying to teach him like things that it taught me. And I'm like, I'll tell you one thing it taught me is like everything has a frequency, man. Everything. Like that last time we did shrooms, that was like really the major thing that I learned. Like I literally felt like I was tapping into like space frequencies, bro. And I'm just like looking at things. I was looking at you vibrating. I'm looking at a tree vibrating. I'm like, everything has a fucking frequency. That's why I was trying to explain that to him, to this same guy. He was talking about how he don't believe in ghosts. And I was like, yeah, well, ghosts are hard to explain, but like scientifically, we've proven that like you can't destroy matter, right? And for you to exist, like you do have matter in you, right? And then that, like, we do all kind of agree. Well, I mean, like most people will agree, right? That like a room can have an aura, right? Like, and this is where mobsters used to hang. This is Al Capone's house,
right?
It has like an aura to it when you go in there, right?
Right.
Like the walls are like stained with memory.
Yeah.
Like that is a thing, right? Like
I got you. Yeah.
It's inanimate objects, right? Like these mics, like. The mic, like this has a life to it now, of like the things that experience, and like it does experience memories and experiences, right? But like, are they even real, right?
You're not there to catalog them.
Exactly.
That's why.
It has nothing to catalog.
It's the classic, if a tree falls in the forest, but no one's around to hear it, did it really fall?
Right.
Type of deal.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. But like it has, this thing has those words on it, and the vibe, because vibes, we all kind of agree that vibes are real, right? So it's like if me and you were between an inanimate object, right? And then we agree it has a frequency, right? Well, I mean, what frequency are we given to this thing, between our vibes of together, like remember like Nikola Tesla, like that was a big thing with him, was like they were saying like he had the frequency machine, which was like if you can figure out like the frequency of this fucking ashtray is 3.8, and then you match this ashtray's frequency, you shoot it with a frequency of 3.8, this thing would evaporate.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I got you. Yeah, exactly. I got you, man.
You've heard that before?
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, where like you match that. Yeah,
that's the belief,
like
basically.
I mean, like one like application that we've seen in our world is like when you use sound to like shatter glass, like you match the frequency of it, like it's like build, and you're able to shatter it with it, man. You can shatter glass with a frequency, straight up. But there's a straight up radio frequency, man.
Very true.
And we've all seen the sand art that they do, where they put that metal plate on top of a speaker. And they'll play a frequency and pour sand on top, and it makes different images. That's crazy. Different frequencies have these different. That's what I'm saying. Straight up, like I mean, come on.
To myself, though.
Come on, like
that's what I'm gonna have to see in real life.
Like
I can't believe it. You know what I mean? Like I can't believe that's how I see it.
Like they did.
It's the same thing with the snowflakes and the sand.
They do another one where like they are able to they play a frequency with this water that's like kind of just like flowing down. and the frequency shakes the hose in such a way at some point that it kind of looks like it's frozen and the water's like zigzagging, but it's all frozen. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like the frequency and how it's shaking it in such a way where it doesn't look like it's doing much, but it's doing just enough where it doesn't look like it's moving. The water just like, there's a word for it where like it's like, well, I don't know if that's the correct word for like laminar flow or some shit. But yeah, I mean, it was just like, it was some shit like that. And it was wild, man. You got, I'll be a video you got that check out.
So me and this guy were talking a lot, right? So while we're on it, let's talk about the other thing that we talked about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I was
yeah.
going over, the Manson thing, basically.
Right.
On the Manson. So we were just talking about it, right? And let's talk about like how fine of a line you.
Let's talk.
Because me and him are on the completely opposite side, right? Of like, for me, at the end of the day, I do think Manson is guilty of something, right? Like he is guilty. I do not think you can give him life. I think that violates, his 8th Amendment. Because at the end of the day, you can say, like, if we free this guy, right, he's going to go out there and he's going to do the same thing. You can say that, but you can't do that in court, right? You can't play what ifs in court.
Right, exactly.
You have to prove it, right?
Yeah.
Manson never killed a single person, right? They never proved he killed anyone. He was never there when anyone got killed. They simply basically got him on like a murder of racketeering type of charge, basically a persuasion is basically what it is. Manipulation is basically what they're trying to say.
Well, racketeering's like, I actually found something cool about the racketeering charge. Back then, it's like 1900s and 20s and shit, when like, the gangsters and the mobsters were all out. Yeah, straight up, yeah. So
yeah, I gave him the whole breakdown.
Yeah, I got you. Anyway, when they were doing that thing, they could never pin Capone because he never once pulled the trigger, or they could ever prove. So they created the charge of racketeering.
Well, he did go away.
So that
once,
but they never got him on racketeering.
They got him on bank fraud.
Yeah, they never got him on racketeering.
On tax evasion.
But they created the charge specifically because of him.
Right, but that's what I was trying to bring up to him as an example. I was like, look, they knew Capone was killing people. They knew he was ordering killing people, but they didn't have the evidence.
Yeah.
So you can't charge him on life because say this is what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or he's going to keep doing it. At the end of the day, the crime does have to fit the punishment.
Yeah. But I also do believe that, people are powerful, man. And, when it comes to, people able to persuade and manipulate, man.
Does Manson deserve life in prison?
Strong. Yeah. How many people killed themselves? Or how many people died?
I think it was 16, right?
A life sentence would be, he got a real life sentence.
He got like 33 or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he got more than life. Well,
I think so. Yeah.
You should get life.
Yeah, 16 people. I think it's pretty real. I think he's responsible. I mean, like, without Manson in the equation, do those 16 people die?
Listen, see what you're doing? See what you just did right there? What evidence is that? That's nothing. You just did exactly what I'm saying. You can't do that. You can't go, oh, well, if Manson wasn't here, no one dies. At the end of the day, what did Manson do? Manson did nothing but tell people, right? And then you can't even prove that, right? Because let's say all these people are saying, Manson told me to do Manson, and Manson goes, I didn't tell him to do nothing. Well, now who can prove that he's the one that said that? The only thing you're charging him on is the fact that he said it to them. Well, prove that he said it. You can't.
I got you, man.
You know what I mean?
I got you, man.
Off of the witnesses who did the murders.
How
can a murderer be the fucking key witness for another fucking person? You know what I mean? In his own case.
I feel you.
Shit don't make no sense. You know what I mean?
feel you.
I was trying to give an example like, what's that guy?
PewDiePie.
Yeah, right. Let's say he goes live today, right? And he says, there's 1 million people watching, right? And he says, everybody that's watching, kill one person, right? And 1,000 people kill people, right? Only 1,000 out of 1 million.
Yeah.
But the 1,000 people die. Does he get 1,000 life sentences?
I mean, probably not, but he's definitely going to jail. He's definitely responsible for those deaths.
Does he? He's responsible for them deaths? How?
What do you mean how, bro?
Bro, there was no exchange of money. There was no bribery. There's no trades of goods. There's no exchange of services. There's nothing. If you're sitting around here and saying that people, like, I get what you're saying. That's why I was trying to make the argument. I get that, like, you're trying to protect that. But at the end of the day, you have to go, what did this person really do? If you're an adult, the only time that should apply to me
keeps doing it
is if it's, I would say a special needs person, right?
Keeps doing it.
That's a problem. A child keeps doing it. Keeps doing what, though?
Some people do it and they keep doing it and people keep doing it.
Bro, okay, then listen. What I'm saying is if we're going to do like that, right, then then that boyfriend, right? That's a freeloader, right? That keeps getting this girl to fucking draw out $300 and give him the paycheck to spend. Is he guilty of bank fraud? You know what I mean? Like, that's how I'm looking at it, because he tells her to take the money out and give it to her. You know what I mean? Is it his fault?
I get you.
It's the perfect. You're a grown adult. You gotta.
But when people die, kind of just steps the line. Where it's like,
bro.
I don't think PewDiePie's a good example, because we're talking about a dude who does have a lot of influence on people. So,
bro, it does not matter to me.
Yeah, I'll disagree. I disagree with that.
Influence, bro.
I disagree with that,
have to be something like. It's just like, even bro, if The Rock could go online and say everyone kills someone. If you kill someone, you're guilty.
And why is it? So why isn't that person guilty? Like, in your eyes, like I don't understand.
At the end of the day, it's about action, bro. I can say whatever I want all day long. Do you know like how many cases we're opening if we go along the lines of that? How many times, bro? I tell you, I walk around all day long, get a 13-year-old, hey, go rob that store. I'm guilty of robbery. This person, hey, you want to meet up tonight and do some coke? We get caught with coke. You know what I mean? I'm guilty of selling coke. You know what I mean? Like, how far are we going to go with this? You're just saying anything. Anybody can say anything. Every time I get caught with drugs, I'll say someone told me to buy drugs. You know what I mean? If I rob a car and shoot someone, I'll say I've been playing GTA. GTA made me do it. Like, I feel like you're opening doors like that. You know what I mean? They'd be like, oh, someone told me to do it, so I fucking tell you to do dumb shit every day.
I get you, man. I get you, man. I get you, man. I get you. I get you, man.
You're a grown-ass adult. You're 30 years old. You went up to the woods in Hollywood to fucking cut a baby out of a bitch. Something's wrong with you.
I feel you, man. I feel you, though. I feel you on that, man. But, yeah. Nah. They get something. They get something.
I think he's guilty of something. Coercion. Something along the lines of that. I think he deserves 10 to 20 max. But to say that he deserves like the rest of his life in prison when he never harmed a single person himself, that's very hard to say. You know what I mean?
I get you. But I mean this is something that's weird, because this is something that strictly comes down to pretty much like, it's almost like ideological almost. You know what I'm saying? Like,
to me, it's
like opinion. It's like
hearsay.
It's
hearsay though. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you saying that Charles is guilty of? Of telling them to kill someone? So Charles says I didn't tell them. Is Charles then free? What do you have in court then? What is your case?
Well, I mean, I don't know that head to toe the Manson case, so I don't know. So I have no idea.
Do you get what I'm saying though? You feel where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I feel where you're coming from, but I mean, I just don't agree, man. It's just like, I do feel where you're coming from. I see what you're saying, man. But I'm just on the other side. That's just is what it is. I mean, like,
I'm just saying you can't.
I just feel differently.
You can't violate the Constitution. You're violating the Constitution.
That could be, but again, that could all be argued, man. Like, that's all somewhat up for interpretation, bro. Like you're pulling grounds on the 8th Amendment because you believe he's not responsible for any of it. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I just like, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like you're raising a really weak society when it goes like that. Like, anytime something bad happens, just tell me who made you do it.
But when it comes down to when someone actually told you and manipulated you to do it, you know what I'm saying?
Manipulation?
You know what I'm saying?
What is manipulation?
That's what I'm saying. I believe that people are ultimately super powerful, manipulative, and persuasive.
And meanwhile,
people really do shit.
Charles 1,000 times acid.
People don't love, being these abusive types of things. You know what I'm saying, man? Like,
the same fucking government who put the man away for life is giving him 1,000 times acid to give to the people that did the murders.
So Manson's it's a special case. When it comes to telling people to do something, people actually do it, and you like,
bro, that is the weakest shit I ever heard, bro. Go beat that person up. Go steal that baby. Suck my dick.
But it's not that. That's what I'm saying. This is where you're wrong. It's not that, bro. People groom. People groom shit. People, it's overtime coercion. Like when you see someone. When you see someone doing that, that's something. You know what I'm saying?
You're guilty of something.
Yeah,
that's not murder.
That's hard to prove. It's something, and but like you're getting time. You're getting time. If you're getting life, that could be up for debate. But you're going away. You're not walking away for anything, man.
That's crazy, bro.
And like I said, I see you on that. But when we're talking about, but he did do something. He manipulated people. He persuaded people. He was working with people. You know what I'm saying? People are powerful with their words, and people are able to do these things because we see it happen all the time. Some people are weak.
Okay, then
and strong people take advantage of that.
Man.
Simple
as that.
I just think that's a leap right there. That's a leap right there. You know, that's definitely a leap. You
Why
know,
is that a leap?
to sue GTA, you're like
Bro,
what?
bro, I didn't even know what a hooker was until I
Like
played
what,
GTA.
bro?
I didn't even know
Like
how the
what?
system worked until I killed a hooker in GTA.
And just
Now
like
I
that,
grow up and I go on Ted Bundy. 11 hookers dead in 3 states.
you know how I got out of that.
GTA made me do it.
You know how they got out of it? You weren't supposed to have that game, bro. You weren't supposed to have that game. You weren't supposed to have that game. Oh man, you know that's the other thing. GTA never told anyone to go do it.
And Charles says he didn't. Prove it. That's what I'm saying.
And I feel on that. Like I said, and I feel
Prove
that.
anything like
and
that.
you keep saying Manson this, Manson that. I feel you on that, bro.
Listen,
I feel that. But people who persuade and manipulate people are running the wrong, and they're gonna go to jail, bro.
Can we get some
I
video?
said I feel you. I feel you, bro.
Video proof?
Free Manson. Fuck. What do you want from me?
Anybody without free. What is the charge? What is the charge of manipulation?
When it comes down to shit like that, yo, when you're getting down to people dying, man, just like
You better have some audio proof.
You know. Yeah, I feel that, man. I feel you. No, man.
Should have been like, they were persuading me not to go. They persuaded me not to go. I mean, they're also guilty of manipulation. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's how people do it, though. You know what I'm saying? People just don't throw that around. But like when there's actual cases and people doing shit like that, like I said, people are powerful, man. Take advantage of weak people, man. And there are weak people, and they will take advantage of them, bro.
Tom Cruise should go to jail.
Last time Cruise go to jail.
Cult leader?
Scientology. Now that's another one. They've worked out. I will give you that one. You should go to jail.
They're raping children left and right.
They're robbing people blind.
A $1 billion year contract. Nothing like signing a $1 billion year contract.
You ever hear about them like being like top 5 real estate investors in like most states in the U.S.?
Absolutely insane.
Isn't that weird, bro? They're just buying up property everywhere, man.
The weirdest thing is how they got tax exempt. You remember that?
I mean,
dude, they just berated the IRS. That's all it was.
That's what I'm saying, man. People argue that shit, bro.
Lawyers, calls over and over to where the IRS just said you're religiously exempt. Next thing you know, they got millions of members. Well, I don't know how many it is, but a bunch more than they had. Yeah, and it was like, fuck.
Yeah, man. I mean, people find their loopholes, bro, and people are clever, man. People are clever, and that's the thing about law, bro. That's the thing about law is that all law is up for interpretation and argument. You know, that's why you pay lawyers, man. That's why lawyers study that shit. You know. You sit here, just like
I represent myself.
That's why you literally have 30 pages of like legal documents because it literally outlines every single fucking thing of just being like, well, under this term, under this term, under this term, under this term, under these precautions, under these set forth terms that this is set forth from here, like all that shit, bro. Like it's ridiculous.
Maybe tie into a thought about like that kid.
Perfect.
That kid that stole that car, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking about like Stephen Avery. Remember him?
Stephen
Making
Avery.
a Murder, Netflix doc.
He sounds familiar. What was his particular?
Remember he killed the lady. It was like the first Netflix doc about like murders that was big.
Because I know the name, man. I know the name.
I can't believe you remember that.
I know the name, bro. It's just not there, man.
Yeah, but he like had a below average IQ. Like was right above mental retardation, basically. He went away, for 17 years. I think was the first time when he got falsely convicted. In that 17 years, he taught himself law. And he freed himself, on a malfunction in his case.
Yeah.
He's a dummy, right? That kid that drove that car is a dummy.
See, that's the thing, bro. I don't necessarily believe in IQ because IQ is based on a test given to you by people that define this as having high intelligence. There's no way to scan there's no way to scan a brain and be like, this guy has IQ of this, or like, you take a logic test, and then this puts you on a level of smartness on a one-time test. Like I don't necessarily,
it's a problem. Obviously, an IQ test, right?
This guy's obviously smart.
When I say a low IQ, I just mean like just in life, you can tell someone doesn't have the juice, as I like to describe it.
But
like
somebody
you can tell
it was some stupid doctor that was just like, went off a test of some other human design that thought they were so smart, and this is what makes people smart. So here's your test. You get low. You have a low IQ. You don't have a high intellectual capacity. It's like this is weird.
But IQ is supposed to be an average of intelligence, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so if you're saying like you can't judge it because somebody's really smart in one thing, that's not true.
No,
right?
no. What I'm saying is you can't do it because like this test that they take, this is based off the answers of this is the grade that they give you. There's no way to scan and be like, hey, this is your intellectual capacity. It's based on a test.
It's obviously not perfect. All I'm trying to say is on that is like you can like Stephen Avery, he can have that lawyer thing, right? And that would be a smart thing, right?
Yeah.
But he could be dumb in everything else in life. He has
low
IQ.
Oh yeah.
He still has
I feel that.
IQ,
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
So you can still be good at things. You know, you can have Asperger's, bro, and be great at one thing.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
So you have a low IQ. It's just like an average intellect.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. No.
Yeah.
Just like the Wonderlic score they do for the NFL
But
players.
he obviously had a higher intellectual capacity than what most people would have.
Are you sure? Or did he have 17 years of free time?
Yeah, but to still understand and grasp law, by yourself.
It did take 17 years.
By yourself, though.
It did take 17 years.
By yourself, with what the prison lets you have in the prison library.
I'm super amazed by it.
know?
I'm just like,
Yeah.
maybe it was like a really easy malfunction indication and it was clear as day.
Yeah.
It was like it took him 17 years. It could have been like 7. It's like, he kept like rereading it, missing the big key detail.
But he just couldn't. He just didn't know how to read some words. He just had to get that point. Just like, I wish I put that sooner. Like, yeah, I couldn't read that word before. I didn't know what that meant. So
he's got to write people. He's got to write a letter to people to ask what this word is.
Exactly.
His mom writes.
Takes forever.
Takes 3 weeks.
Bro, I just got you a dictionary. I can't read it.
Bro, there was a guy, right? I'm watching the Knicks documentary yesterday. It's funny, I've said it so many times.
You watched what? What were you watching yesterday?
Watching the Knicks doc, bro.
Okay.
They only won titles in 70 and 73, just in case you were wondering. But in 73, right, they had like this genius squad. There was like a bunch of smart people, right? Well, there's this one guy that they got on the team that had like crazy intellect, and he actually went along to like be one of the best-selling memory authors of all time.
Right.
It was like crazy some of the things that he could do. He said at a young age, every word that he's seen, he began to arrange alphabetically. So like he starts with like, he's like, I don't know, what was it? Bat, that's like ABT, basically. Like he's seen words like that. Then he just goes saying random ass, long ass words, bro, like ceiling, and then telling you like how it is alphabetically, like crazy like that. He went to a show, bro. He met 500 people, first name and last name. Came back and said everyone's name, bro. He memorized the first 167 pages of the New York phone book.
You did you ever watch that one video of that kid? I believe he was I got you, man. This
so much shit.
This kid could recall every Yankees game, detail for detail, full box score from 2015. Yeah. From 2015.
This guy didn't have Asperger's.
2015. You sure?
Yeah. Maybe, right? But he's an NBA player too, so it's like hard to say. I think he was just one of them guys, like Elon.
This guy was clearly on the spectrum though.
Because there's those twins, the Asperger twins.
Yeah.
Remember every day.
Yeah.
What happened every day.
Yeah.
Who also has a crazy one like that? Errol Hawani. You know who that is? The UFC reporter.
Yeah.
He can remember every UFC, bro. He knows the main event of every UFC.
I think another one that was impressive. There was a LeBron interview where like he recalled the like last 2 minutes of like
same thing with Sean McVay, remember?
Yeah, exactly, man. He was like because Sean got the rebound, kicked it out, missed 3. I got the rebound, put it back up, missed.
My favorite is go past
that's pretty good, huh?
I watch a lot of the old fights and shit, and you see like the fighters talking about it, years later. Or even like when I was watching that doc, you see like Willis Reed talking about it. That's 70. That's 1970. That's what, 50 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he still remembers like memories that weren't even big.
Yeah.
He remembers like that time that a teammate got in an argument with another teammate. And like little shit like that, because like he experienced it. It's like when Muhammad Ali used to talk, he's like, in the 10th, he hit me with a body shot. I crumbled a little bit, but I got 2 jabs back in. Like they remember it. Like you remember like these critical moments in your life so specifically.
And I think especially in sports moment, I think it comes down to like the adrenaline. it's so memorable because of the intense feelings you had at that
And
moment.
everything slows down.
Yeah, exactly, man. To where like your brain's reading it at such a hyper speed level, man. That's
I
like
would love to take like a shot of adrenaline to the heart just for fun. Have you ever experienced like true adrenaline?
No. Oh well, I mean,
Like
yeah,
true adrenaline.
yeah, I have.
It's a very euphoric feeling.
Yes.
Once it's done, you're
Well,
just
that,
like,
and we're also talking about its
"Ah."
amazing abilities. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing abilities for you to like then go beyond like what you ever perceived physically capable. Your veins, they explode open so oxygen just can enrich your fucking body. They just everything opens up and you have your whole body's breathing. Everything's ready to go. And you'll fucking run. You might shred your fucking muscles, but you're balling at fucking speeds that you can't do normally without that adrenaline, man. That's crazy. Straight up, man.
But there's also like a David Goggins willpower, right?
Yeah, but like
That's also
David Goggins with
Do you think
adrenaline, like
David
that's
Goggins
next level.
can tap into his adrenaline? Is that what that is with people like that? Is he
So,
tapping into his adrenaline, or is it just
have you ever
mental
heard?
fortitude?
Have you ever heard of Walker's High or like Runner's High?
I have.
Yeah, I think that's something. You know,
way too
of
many
course.
miles to say, right?
Oh, of course, so Ultraman.
300 miles.
Of course, like ultra marathons and shit. Yeah,
1,000 pull-ups.
yeah.
There's a you might
Bro,
do 200.
That's the thing with him. You can tell because adrenaline at that point, at the time and the length that he's done it, adrenaline's gone out of his body, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's just pure willpower and just strength, just mental fortitude and mental strength. Straight up, hard, badass motherfucker. That's just what that is. Maybe he has some adrenaline in, but it's not carrying him through that workout. Definitely not. But the ability, so like adrenaline, like Goggins would be able to pull it faster with adrenaline. You know what I'm saying? He would never be able to reach that speed without adrenaline. You know what I'm saying? Because of its abilities to open up everything, expand everything, and just fucking get it going, man.
It's crazy how your body also, it's like in survival mode when it hits adrenaline mode, right? You automatically go in survival mode because it's like when your adrenaline's pumping, you could lose an arm and you would keep fighting. You know what I mean? Like your body wouldn't even process injury. It's the same thing with like when you see like wild animals fight, big wild animals, and you see like they're take these bites, you know, like lions, they're fighting, take these bites and just keep fucking going, man. And they take a huge bite, you know, they end up getting the win, you know, the win and blow.
Exactly, man.
And you're just like, they might die from that blow later.
Yeah.
But during that war, they didn't feel a thing.
I tell you what's always crazy to fucking watch in the Animal Kingdom. When you watch that fleet from their body, bro. When you see that their adrenaline's tapped and they're at that point just dying, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing.
It's so crazy to watch.
I was thinking about earlier,
what?
Trapping.
What do you mean trapping?
Trapping's fucked up.
Like animal trapping?
Being out there on the block, just on 30s and shit.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm joking,
I was like, what?
Because I was thinking, like, man, hunting is like understandable, right? But trapping, it seems kind of cruel, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was a fur thing.
Yeah, but why can't you just kill an animal, right? Eat it and take its fur. Why are you? See, you're only trapping because you're selling it for a profit.
It destroys the fur.
You're not. Well, listen, you're not selling it to survive though. When you're setting up 100 traps, bro, that's because you sell to a fur.
Yeah, but the reason they do it is because I can't kill you another way. You know what I'm saying? I trap you.
They destroy the
pelt
leg of it, so I'm sure I could.
But if you see the pelts though, you know the legs, like it mostly comes over here to the shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
Trap like
you know what I'm
that,
saying?
Right?
No. Because they weren't selling it for furs. They were using it to make coats and shit and skins. But like when you're talking about selling it for profit, man, like it's like you.
Yes, I was just saying. So that's what I'm saying.
That's why they do it.
There's no need for that, though.
Oh no. Zero. Yeah.
But like you don't hear about like companies being out there like over hunting, right? They over farm. You get what I'm saying? Like that's the thing that people really are doing. Like they really are. They set traps they never go back to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like a shit like that, they forget about.
That's why like
animals end up biting their legs off and shit. Like it's tough, man.
That's why like I'm like so like in the Northwoods Law Show where it's like the game wardens. There's this one specific one I remember because they were talking about, they were like, yeah, you can't bait because it's an unfair advantage to the deer. You know, it's not fair kill. I'm just like, that's a law. I'm just thinking about it. I'm just like, what the hell? Like you can't bait the deer to come to you and then you just fucking shoot that bitch. I'm just like, what? You know?
It is weird though, right? Because in the off grid page, a guy posted he had three turkey decoys, man, and like 8 turkeys came right up to these things, and he like killed like 5 of them.
Oh, that's different per state, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, yeah. It's like fuck. I don't. For me, I understand hunting. I never knock hunting.
But see,
But at the end of the day, I don't want you overdoing anything.
yeah, and the one thing I agree with the baiting and the shit where I'm like, if you're going out there hunting, you need to hunt for real, bro. It's like go out there and fucking, track that bitch or some shit. Sit in that tree stand all day and just fucking wait
Ideally, I like
know?
that, but I understand modern times.
baiting. Well, it's just smarter hunting.
rifle,
Baiting is just smarter hunting. I mean, like if I was in the woods,
We've always
I would
baited.
bait. I would bait.
Everybody's always
would
baited.
bait. But
You always did.
they made
calls
a
and
good
shit.
point when they were like, with today's high powered rifles, it's like it's about the game, the sport, and that's why, it's about the sport right there.
Why are you using a high powered rifle? We fucking bring an M16 out here to hunt, dude.
People hunt with shotgun. That's what people do.
Shotgun makes sense though.
I want hunt with bow, crossbow, or something.
You want to, but if you're hunting like birds, like I'm saying, if you're trying to eat, bro, we're not out here to do it for fun. You know what I mean? Like you really had to eat. You don't want to hunt with a bow, right?
No.
You want to die, right?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
that and bears.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't want to fucking bow with this fucking. That's where you carry your knife and you get close to that bear.
That's why you carry your rifle. I mean, your 6-shooter, bro. And you just quick draw that bitch. You red dot that bitch. Dead eye. Dead eye it, bro. Make sure your dead eye's full. As soon as you pull that thing out, bro, just.
I thought I was geeky. It was that meme. It was like, I'm 6'5", 400 pounds, and I bench fucking 650. And it was just like me, my hand, the 40 inch in the jacket. It's like it's just,
they had another one like that. Remember, it was like motherfuckers train all their life to get that big just for a little skinny motherfucker like me to shoot them in their neck.
That one where it's like, this blicky costs 400. This blicky costs 400. I'm finna use it.
Buddy.
Yeah, there you go.
So funny,
yeah. And there was another one where this dude who was filming.
What, bro?
Yeah, I'll take one. He was filming a little trick shot where he put a bullet on the end of like a clip of a pistol while it was loaded into the gun, and he flicked it up and it landed in the chamber, and he cocked it real quick and was like, "Slow down, buckaroo." It was like when a guy a 400-pound fucking Jack dude like rolls up when you were some stupid shit like that. It was just like, "Slow down, buckaroo." It's like got that bitch on me. Like cold little mini fridge, huh?
Yeah.
I love a mini fridge that freezes shit.
There's
Just
a
my bad,
freezers.
a little side out. This bitch is gonna explode. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, that's not bad. It's good, man. It's good, man.
What do you think about the Biden allegations?
Yeah,
It seems like it gets a little bigger and bigger as it goes on, right? But it's not big enough.
but like, I mean, but for me, man, it's like, I mean, I take it back to like what we're talking about with like Manson. It's just like it's just like you just like it's so tough because it's like, yeah, people are out to get by him, but yeah, Biden's a sick fuck. Just I don't know, man, because like the evidence and like it's just like a he say she say at this point, man. The evidence doesn't even fucking matter when it comes to this shit right now. It's just he say she say bullshit. It's so fucking politically entwined that like it's just like it's so hard just to sit here and be like, I give a fuck. I don't know, man. It's just so tough, bro. I'm just like, it's just like we're just like, I understand like this is a huge problem,
Let's just go. Yeah, I get you. I'm not trying to say you're this person, but
Yeah.
let's just go over some things, right? It's
Yeah.
like, what possibly could this lady benefit, right, from this being true, right?
Yeah.
It's true. What
Yeah.
happens? Does she get some money? Does she get some money?
I mean, like
He buys her out. Or
people.
something,
I mean,
shut
people
up.
have
She writes a book. Something,
people
right?
write books and they cash in a little
What
bit.
she get $1 million bucks?
Yeah.
Million tops,
I
right?
have no idea, man.
Maybe
Who
not.
knows?
This is
You get on a couple.
$1 million.
You get on a couple shows, man. I don't know.
I'm gonna say $1 million. I think that's a lot.
You get the blue check on Instagram. I don't know,
Right.
man. So
Say she makes $1 million bucks, right? Would you say that Biden fucked you in the ass for $1 million bucks on the news?
no, I'm not the type of one just like to lie and make some shit up. Like it didn't really happen. So no.
But it's a very embarrassing thing, right? To go out there and say that this Joe Biden fucked me when I was a teenager.
Yes and no, because I also think about I'm just like there are people that would do that, And I don't want to make that argument, but I mean like at the same time, yeah, it does happen,
Yeah, that's right.
Man.
What are the odds of it?
But I also
What are the odds of it?
I don't understand, but I also get how if you start seeing this guy's face everywhere and that did happen, why you might want to come forward at this moment. Like he's about to be president. Nah, bro, you're a fucking sick fuck, bro. You know.
But we also have the evidence to support it, right? Because when you look at rape allegations and you do the number of false rape allegations to the number of truthful rape allegations, it's like a very, very, very small percentage are fake allegations.
Yeah.
It's not a very common thing. So it's very funny that every time it happens, people usually believe she's doing it for money. I always think that's weird because
I don't believe that now.
I always think that's weird how people believe that, because you know what I mean? Because it's like that's such a small percentage of
I'm
the
more
people that actually
I'm more
do
likely
that.
to believe that like that's like a plant from like the other side or some shit. You
And
know
it
what I'm saying?
definitely does happen.
You know?
There's stories. There's countless stories.
I'd believe that before I'd go there. You know?
But how is it with anything, right? How is it with anything, right? That's 1%, right? Then there's 99%, right? What are they going to give the coverage to? The thing that always happens that everyone expects, or the little bit of negativity in there, like how many stories have you really heard of a famous fake, rape allegations? Like 5, 10 tops. You know what I mean? How many rapes have you heard about? Fucking lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I'm always inclined to believe the woman because I believe it's just a demeaning thing, and I really don't think a lot of them come forward or something like that.
Yeah, man.
And the results show that throughout time.
Yeah, and I feel you on that, man. But like, just to speak truthfully on my feelings, just on like specifically this type of thing, I just think it gets so twisted up in political bullshit and media bullshit that it's so hard to even tell, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because there's
like
the way people write, they're trying to sway me some way, you know?
The recent thing that came out, was the fact that they were able to prove that her mom actually did make her phone call at the time and report about it on a radio station. Did you hear about this?
I don't know. See, I remember reading about that, but I remember she never like once said her name or anything. I'm not sure if they confirmed it or not.
But they were able to show the transcript, I believe, of what said, because it said word for word of what she said on there, of her asking the question. So I believe they got the transcript of it. I don't know if she ever said her name.
Yeah, but from what I understand, it was all anonymous, but the story was strikingly similar, and the timing was really,
perfect.
Yeah, but it's just.
Steve?
I get it, man. But like,
I haven't said he's guilty yet.
I'm not saying anything either. But like, like I said, for me, man, it's just like, oh man, like, it's just, I don't know, man.
I get you, yo. But for me, I just always am able to flip it, man. I always just go, what if my daughter was making them allegations? You know what I mean? Like,
I get it, man.
Somebody's daughter, man. You know what I mean? Like somebody's daughter's making that allegation, bro. Somebody's granddaughter's making that allegation. Like, that's a big thing, man. And it would suck to think that people are like, is she doing it for money? It's like, you think my daughter? Think about daughter,
I get you, man. And that's not what I'm saying at all. Like,
I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying that's how I try and look at it. Like, man, that was my daughter. I'd be like, I can't believe you guys are saying that.
Oh yeah, it's disgusting, man. Fuck. It's disgusting. It's terrible to see.
It's like Alex Jones shit.
Exactly, man.
It's like Alex Jones thing.
Yeah, and that's
it's a conspiracy.
And that's my favorite thing. Is just like to listen to these people, and they come out of whatever woodwork they come out of, and just make these crazy assumptions or allegations or come to some conclusion for some reason that's based on nothing factual. It's just what they believe off the jump. I mean, it's just wild, man. And then they come out and say something crazy like, yeah, I don't believe her. She must be doing it for the fucking money, or she's doing it for the fame and the fortune bullshit. She ended up she was on the fucking Today Show 5 days in a row now, and now she has a book coming out. Fuck this, man. Like, that's crazy, man. That's fucking crazy, man. That's ridiculous.
It's funny when people bring up the books, right? Because if you said something out loud to the public, right, and you tried to tell the public something they didn't listen, what would anybody do? Not to make money, but the next way to get your word out.
Yeah.
You would write a book about that shit, right?
Yeah.
You would try and get on some podcasts. You would try and get on some shows.
And I'm sure, you would probably get a book offer or two and be like, look, let's like, we want to tell your story because we know, because there are publishers like that. We want to tell your story. We want to help you publish your book. There's that type of support out there. So yeah, that would be the next thing to, like, especially for you to get your story out and for you to put who that guy really is out. Now, I for one, I do particularly, usually believe the women. And in this case, I do as well. But for me, it's not specifically based off anything like her specific allegations and the timing of this thing and all this stuff as like they're swirling around and saying. It's just because at the end of the day, Biden has some creepy fucking moments in his history already.
If I had to say my little piece on it, right, it was a part that I kind of learned. I forget the guest that was on the podcast, but he was talking to Rogan. They were just talking about how, like, it was a different time back then, right? Like they were saying how like they knew a lot of teachers that fuck students and students that fuck teachers. Like that was a thing. A lot of child molestation, from dads and stepdads and shit. Like it was a different time back then. It was. I'm not saying that anybody's innocent or guilty based off of that. But like it was a different understanding of like what is wrong.
Yeah,
because
100%,
you can make
man.
that mistake. But yes, he is fucking creepy, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
He's really touchy. He's so touchy feely. You don't like guys like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You always have to touch people.
Yeah, and I remember like I watched a compilation of it with like multiple little girls, just like and young women taking pictures and stuff, and he's like holding them by the waist and he's like grabbing them real high and like whispering in their ears and getting real close. And it's just so weird, bro. And it's not you know what appropriate physical contact is.
I want to say yes, Steve. And I'm usually number one with this, but
especially with young women,
older men,
and
who are
girls,
like
little girls.
Older men like.
And
I'm trying to respect the times.
Weird, but it's weird regardless, man. Like you have this like it's to the point where like you have this 9-year-old girl. You have this 9-year-old girl. You have this 9-year-old girl, and then Biden's just like fucking like holding her like not like on the shoulder, just like this, just like around her hip. They're just like, it's a little questionable. That's all. Questionable. Taking a picture with like a 15-year-old girl. You're behind her. You're lined up. The family's all around. You got her by the hips like this. It's like what?
I'm gonna tell the world something
like,
that's
weird.
I'll tell you something that's weird that I went through the other day. Right now, walk through this with me because this was very weird, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm walking from the liquor store back home, right? And I see this girl, and she's like way younger. She's probably 10 years old or something. And she's literally like, as I'm walking past, to my house, she's like halfway down the street, and I see her in this skirt, and she's like doing spins, and you can see like, she's not holding her skirt down. And I'm looking down, I'm like, what the fuck? So I look away. Like what the fuck is going on right there? And I'm sitting there thinking, like, what if someone sees that? You know what I mean? I'm like, then I'm thinking, like, do I go up to her house right now, and knock on her door and then tell them, there are little girls out here, like raising her skirt up, dancing and shit. Like, I didn't know how to handle it. You know what I mean? I didn't know what to do. I just kept walking up, went home. I'm like, what the fuck do I do, man? But like, I felt like, how I am. I'm like worried. Huh?
Oh, you said
this was the other day.
Oh, the day, damn.
Yeah, bro. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I still feel you, bro. Yeah,
I'm like, I want to tell them, but I feel like I'm gonna be weird.
I had a similar scenario where I would believe I was like 19 or 20, and I think I was just leaving Jeff's house, and I left out the back door, and I was walking to my car, and there's a little girl sleep over in the window, and they're looking out the window, and they're doing the same, like pretty much similar shit. I'm just like, what the hell? Like, Like,
you don't know what to do. What the fuck?
They're just like, what the fuck is going on over here, bro? Like, it's like, like, so I get you, man. Yeah,
I felt so helpless.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, and you would hope that parent would understand, be like, look,
thank you.
I was just walking down the alley and like literally like they're literally just doing this out the window. Like,
try and flip it.
If
they're trying to flip it, how would you react? Would you be okay?
I mean, like there's a way that people put it across. You can kind of feel more. It's like I literally come down. I'm like, look, I'm walking down the alley and they're looking out the window and they're literally just like flashing themselves or whatever you want to say. And like if there's a way to say it, like you kind of like the dude's like,
tell you?
This dude's like nervous. I don't know, man.
Right,
it's like
right. Like, yeah, but no.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, you looking at my daughter in the window, bro? Like what?
Because you want to be like,
I'm thinking like, this guy. Why would this guy come tell me about it so I could shut it down if he wanted to see it at the same time? Isn't that also a little weird?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm hoping they understand.
Yeah, but again, it's a very.
But neither one of us did it. Neither of us went up there.
It's a tough situation, man. Very tough. Yeah.
I just felt like I wish I was like with my girl. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's way easier for me to be like, I'll walk down there with you. You go, talk to her or tell her mom or something.
Yeah.
With a girl, But when it's a guy, it just looks weird.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's super.
It's helpless.
I get you. I get
Felt
you,
bad.
man.
Felt scared.
You might want to. You maybe you should get and then go over there or have
Well, I don't know
her
if
do
she does it
something.
every day. You know what I mean?
But I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe it might be worth it. That's actually a pretty good idea. Yeah. So I don't know.
Then I gotta like keep an eye out for this little girl dancing because I don't know my house it is.
Whatever. Mind that. I thought maybe you knew the house.
But I'm saying like that's what I'm saying. I don't think she does. Like I never seen her before. I don't think she's out there doing it every day. I think it might have just been like a thing she was doing that day, and she didn't realize. I've had to tell my niece before. You know what I mean? Like they're not sitting down, not thinking about it. You know what I mean? They don't know about the world. They don't think about that.
Or just caught up in a moment and not even thinking like, oh, someone can see me right now.
Well, my niece had no problem telling them.
No, exactly. Yeah, of course.
Hey, fuck, get your fucking shit together.
Exactly. You got your window wide open. Like, what the fuck are you doing right now? Whoever keeps their window wide open?
Show you a box.
Like, you put a box there. It's always funny to call it a box.
Always.
I remember there was a song a while ago. I used to geek out all the time. It was a pretty popular song. I remember like my girl used to play all the time. But like these he was like she got she that juice box like a high C or some shit like that. I remember just geeking out like that juice box, that wet. Like, okay, juice box, like, oh shit.
Like, I like that.
Just laughing every time, man.
I just put my dick in a box. What the fuck?
How to get lazy. Yeah, man, that shit's wild.
I fuck with the Roddy Rich, man.
I love that dude too, man.
Why don't you open this bitch back up, bro?
I mean, I don't I mean, like they say, like you have that declining numbers. I mean, I think when you got like really low numbers, I mean, it's tough because like the economy, man. Like I just think like my biggest thing is like I know the government would never want to shut down the economy unless it was for a really good reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like who would want to stop? Who wants to spend all this fucking money? You know what I'm saying, man?
It is kind of weird, though, right? How like the big companies are still in business, right?
Yes,
that is weird.
Yes,
right?
very
like,
weird.
You haven't heard of a Walmart employee dying of COVID?
Actually, just one just came out.
No,
recently.
that was Amazon.
No, Walmart just had 2 deaths at one of their.
Okay, so Walmart
I think it was Walmart in Wisconsin or something.
Amazon had their first one, right? But you haven't heard from like Target or any of the other big places, that are still open. You're just not hearing about it like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
all these little spots had to close that really only operate with 3 or 4 employees.
Yeah.
5 employees.
Yeah.
Those spots can't open, but these mass spots can open. So then you give stimulus checks, and the only place to spend these monies are Amazon, Walmart, Target. That is a little bit funny, right? And then that had me thinking about where, like, I had to write about it the other day because I was just like thinking, was anybody else thinking? Where it's like, the pay protection program, right? So now they've put roughly $700 billion now into that thing, right? They did 2 packages of it. 75% of that is supposed to go to labor, no matter what company gets it, right?
Okay.
But who's going to check that? Who's going to make sure that these companies, right, when all this is over a year from now, who's going to go back and make sure the company spent 75% on the labor, right? The government? The government's going to do that, right? And then what? They're going to find the same companies that they bailed out? The same businesses that they just gave tax breaks and breaks to? They're then going to find them? That's so counterproductive.
And then you had companies, small business companies, that were getting this money. Lakers got some cash.
Exactly.
Shake Shack got some fucking cash.
And on top of that, what about the spots that are going to go bankrupt? Like Gold's Gym. I'm sure they got money, right, to stay in business. But they're going bankrupt. They filed for bankruptcy. So let's just say Gold's Gym goes out. How do you reimburse that money? How do you get your money back on that? Where's your return on investment? You know what I mean? You're giving them basically a last check almost in that case. It's so counterproductive that I think that a lot of these companies are not going to put 75% into their labor, right? I think that maybe even my company is going to get something. Yeah. And I know that they're probably not dumping in there because they significantly downgraded, just like a lot of places did, to lower spots. And I guarantee there's going to be a lot of fucking of the numbers going on, and the government's going to go check these same spots to then try and find them after they get back. You know what I mean? And destroy them again. What are you going to find them? You gonna find 10 grand and give them nothing, or you gonna
Right.
find 100 grand and then take them out of business, and then you get nothing? How's this gonna work?
Exactly.
Seems so stupid, bro. It makes no sense. How are we gonna check that? I mean, I understand you guys are trying to figure out something. We're trying to do something, right? But that is not the smart move. That seems like you're just like, I don't know what to do. Here's $700 bill. That's what it feels like, bro.
That's the thing, man. They don't know what's going on right now, man. This shit came so fucking fast. This shit came. That's what I'm saying.
You think Hogan's doing a good job?
Listen, these systems were shit before this all happened. Now you have this in full fucking force, and you're in a system that barely worked before. That's the big problem.
But now we spent $3 trillion. Now figure it out, right?
Now let's with the small business thing. So with states, you would never want to shut down your small businesses because as a state economy and a local economy, that's your bread and butter. Are your local and small businesses? and that's why, like, when it comes to like reopening, like it's really fucking tough because like you look at it and you're like, okay, they don't want to stop cash flow in any regard. Who wants to fucking suspend mortgage payments? Who the fuck wants to do that, bro?
But they haven't done that.
So they have. They had a mortgage suspension. Yeah.
Where? It's not a national rent freeze. It's not a national mortgage suspension.
Bank federally has it happen. Like the state of Maryland, they imposed a rent freeze, and you had a freeze on
the state
hike
of
too.
Maryland?
Yeah,
Did it?
Yeah. It was either that or it's like the rent hike or some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody can raise prices right now on rent, but you can't be evicted. You still owe your rent every month.
Right. Okay, I got you.
Nobody's done anything like that. You know what I mean? You just can't be evicted for these times. But you're still gonna owe whatever money. When this is over, trust me, they'll be right on you to evict you.
Very true.
You're saying you're not gonna do it right now.
Very true.
All that is.
Which is fucked up because I'm sitting there. I'm like, you're in my house. I can't evict you. I was already evicting you, but now I can't. I was already in the process of evicting you. Now I can't.
It just seems like a national rent freeze was the smartest thing to do, you know? And I like the idea of, like they were saying, extend contracts, right? Just put it on the back end. Let's say for 2 months, right? Because nobody else is going to take this spot within this 2 months that basically you're giving me no rent.
Right.
So let's say you give me 2 months no rent, and then you add 2 months to my lease on the back end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's still the same as that contract. We're just taking a pause right here, you know?
Yeah. I'll tell you one of the big things, like, you know, especially with Wall Street currently, you know, what we've seen up until this point, you know, we saw that steep dive, but we've also seen a pretty steep recovery. I think upwards of like 60 to 70% recovery in like a 1 and a month and a half span or some shit like that. This, like, you know, that's like what the federal government has also done to like prop up the fucking economy with like their fucking, like, you know, interest rates going to fucking zero and shit, and pretty much just printing money out the fucking ass. Like, I mean, like, I don't know, man.
And you still got these people that I showed you like earlier. That I showed you that dumbass with the conspiracy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I see the same guy posting. You know, he's like, "Oh, you know, why are they making us wear a mask? You know, you go to the supermarket, everything's being touched. You're gonna get the virus anyway." I'm like, this guy doesn't even know that you're wearing the mask so you don't give people the virus. That's so you don't get it.
Exactly.
He doesn't even know that. He's talking about conspiracies. I'm like, you fucking. I was about to comment, and I'm like, you know what? You're a dumbass.
That's why I was talking. I was just like, I see people with masks. I remember I went to Rural Farms after this. I remember, like, I saw someone with a mask, like, in there, and they just left. I'm sitting there just like, oh, fuck me, right? Okay. Like, it's just, that's what it's like. It's saying fuck you pretty much, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, you're an asshole, man. Like, come on. Like, it's not that hard.
You think I want to do this, you bitch?
Right. It's not that hard, man.
I walk back to the car once a day because I forgot this.
Yeah. It's not.
I hate it.
It's not the worst, man. Come on.
When you opening, Steve?
You got food. You got water.
You opening that bitch up tomorrow?
How much? Yeah, I don't know. I would think kind of like beginning of June. Maybe another month.
Right now that you're back at work.
Maybe another month. Man. Because, I mean, that's the thing. You know what could be more crushing than another month of lockdown? Is a really bad second wave. That would be economically crushing, even more so than another month of lockdown, I believe, man. You know, you're just getting under control, and now you spring up a second wave, and now we got lockdown for longer at this point. We just turned it from 3 months into 6 months because of opening too early, you know? Because is there such thing as opening too late?
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, bro, too late could literally be the choice of any day. Every day could be too late. You're talking about companies that are barely on the fringe of surviving. When you look at a lot of places, I mean, 105.7 has these guys on there all the time. They're begging, for service. They need every bit of service they can right now. The one guy, from Al Seafood was talking about he's getting 10% of, the service that he was getting. They're trying to do anything they can. If you're talking about waiting one more month, that one more month might be 20% more of your businesses. They cannot pay their rents. And then you did not freeze their rents.
And then when you took that, and when we opened too early and we extended it to 6 months, now I've lost 70% of my businesses, man. Or 50% or 30 or 40%. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough decision, but I think, because I mean, like, I love when people like talk about it. It's like, like this, that, deaths, the death rate. I mean, like the amount of deaths that we've had and the amount of time that we've had is still pretty alarming,
I know it's bad.
And then and the infection rate we've had as well.
I know it's bad, but like, don't you kind of like enjoy it in one way? Like,
I was saying that earlier, bro. I was just talking to my coworkers earlier, bro. I was just literally just said it. I was like, some sick twisted part of me was also like, I want to see how crazy this can get, huh? Yeah. Because I mean,
like just coming up.
We have not seen this before,
man.
We haven't. People have seen this before with like the 1918 Spanish flu type of deal. But most of those people are gone now.
I just like that, like nobody can invite me to things. Like right now, it's just about like what I want to do every day.
Yeah,
I've just pretty much been trying to work out, walk my dog and play my game. Just things I want to do.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like it's just
and I mean at one point you also got 2 weeks off of work for no reason. I was able to take a month off. And that was one of the healthiest things for me, man. I felt so good, man.
Yeah, man.
I felt like there was a lot of stress just gone, man. It was just tomorrow. We're just like I'm gonna wake up and do whatever the fuck I want, man. I remember. And if that was be a piece of shit for that day, I was be a piece of shit for that day,
I do right
but
now.
I remember for the first week I was like that, and like after that I was just like, yeah, I gotta work out. It's like
that's why all the athletes always get fat.
Yeah.
Right after they're done, they always
get fat. Man. They
always get out of shape.
Exactly, man. Because I mean, like just like especially with that, like if you went from something clean like that to something really bad and no working out, you're gonna put on weight really quickly too, man. Because of how in shape you were,
Like, man, I had an Oreo in 10 years.
Whereas like a prolonged bad diet, you won't put it on so quickly. But that guy puts it on really fast. He will.
It's hard trying to balance it though, ain't it? Because it's like part of you's like, this ain't good for me. Like the government created this to destroy me, And then another part, she was like, life's so short.
Oreo's vegan.
Life's so short.
They're vegan. Oreo's New Year's are vegan, bro.
So you just like you eat them, man. Things that are vegan are also created to destroy you, man.
I mean, I've
soy's horrible.
I get you, man. Because I mean,
like, just like fuck. Sometimes you're just like, fuck it. I'm gonna have that fucking Twinkie at 2 a.m.
I remember one guy was a friend who was talking about it. He was saying no good burrito has rice in it because like you're just eating carbs wrapped in carbs. It's stupid.
No good what?
No good burrito has rice in it, because you're just eating a carb wrapped in carbs, just eating carbs wrapped in carbs. It's like he's like, no, they're just terrible for you. It's ridiculous, but it's like I love rice in my burrito.
I can't imagine burrito without rice.
And it's like there'll be times where like it's like like I think about I'm just like should I just get like the good Chipotle, should I just get like the salad with some beans and just leave the rice out? I'm just like I can't do that, like what?
And then you're like, maybe we should get white rice. You're like, I don't want white rice. I want the brown rice. I get the fucking brown.
Exactly. Man. I love the brown rice, man. The brown rice, that shit.
Fucking brown.
Exactly, man. It's like fuck, man.
The fuck.
And then you're like, I'm like,
the fuck is rice?
And then I'm like,
I don't fucking understand rice.
I want chips.
How does rice even grow?
I want nacho chips. It's like and then you're also looking at queso, and you're like, I like some queso.
It seems like pieces of plastic.
What?
Rice.
The pieces of plastic?
What is it?
Yeah, it's just a small grain.
What the fuck?
It's a small grain, bro. And when we make it soft, it's just,
people eat
tastes like
murder
nothing.
Hornets.
Do people eat them? I'm sure. People eat spiders and tarantulas.
Apparently they're protein packed.
People eat sea urchins. I mean, like
that crazy picture. That crazy video of that prey mantis eating one.
Bro, I saw a crazier video, bro. It was a mouse versus one of these bitches, and this hornet is just stinging this mouse up, And next thing you know, that mouse is just convulsing there on the ground, bro. After it got stung like 20
Dude, I
times.
hate mice, and that sounds horrible.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like the mouse is literally like the hornet flies off, and the mouse is literally just like, you see it breathing, he's just like twitching, just like.
He OD'd them.
And I'm just
They
like,
kill,
bro.
like 50 people in Japan or something, ain't it?
Yeah,
A year.
apparently it only takes like 40 stings or a bad reaction for you to die, but 40 stings, bro.
That's a lot of thing.
But when you think about like a bee swarm or a hornet swarm, you know, you caught up in a bad hornet swarm.
Bees can kill you in a swarm.
Yeah, but not in 40. You know.
Yeah, you know I ate like
you know?
30 stings before at once.
And you die. See,
I
those are
know.
murder hornets. You might have died.
I'm just saying, I think I'm gonna get away before 40 stings. I'm hoping, and if not, then yeah, there is that one and whatever. You know,
I'm just gonna keep that fucking raid on my hip. Raid hornet spray, bro. You ever see that hornet spray, bro? I remember there was one time
hornet spray.
a hornet. There was a couple hornets in my wasps. A couple wasps in my side mirror one time. I was just like, what the fuck? I got that wasp and hornet spray. Bro, you can spray a bitch for like 10 feet back, and we're just like, yeah, it just comes out and like I was shaking it up. I'm just like, is it supposed to do that? I'm just spraying that bitch from like 10 feet away, just loading that fucking mirror up, just like crazy, man.
Got them all?
Oh yeah, 10 feet away, long shot,
So
and an
when-
extended barrel on
when
it,
I
bro.
got stung,
26 inches.
It was bees with a nest, and they were inside of a like you hang your clothes,
Yeah,
the metal thing.
yeah.
They were inside of there, and bro, I was like 10, probably not even. I'm probably like 5, yo, way younger. And I fucking grabbed roach spray, bro, and I sprayed inside of there. And these motherfuckers came out with a fury like no other, dog. And I mean, when I tell you, like my body was covered, I remember I was like this with toothpaste.
Yeah,
I was just rubbing it all in my body.
I think the most I got stung was like 4 times. That's because like we were at the park and there was like a little driveway entrance and there was a sign there loaded up with fucking, I think, wasps in there. I think it was wasps or bees or something.
There's another thing for us to
something
worry about,
like
man.
that. And I remember we went out, we decided we were gonna fuck with it and spray it. We never sprayed it and we dipped. And then getting stuck up like 4 times. It was like, damn.
Worst thing I could have did.
I was like, why did I do that? That's stupid, bro. I just could have left it there. Never got stung.
So you say Hogan's got these new tests now, right? So
No,
or they got new.
well, they had the
cure
500,000
is what they're
tests
saying,
from
right? But did you hear about those tests
Supposedly.
don't work? Did you hear that?
his tests.
Yeah, they can't use those tests.
No,
No, I don't know
not
what it
if not
is.
FDA approved.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't know exactly what it was, but they can't use the test. I know that.
Huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I'm like, where's that 500,000 fucking mask or whatever? This test.
This test, yeah, $9 million. I
Where is that? What the fuck's going on with that?
don't know, man.
He really is about a yacht. Open a
And
new-
that was another weird thing,
he
where
really
it's
is
just
open
like
a new juvenile
he
prison.
then like stockpiled and hid them somewhere because so the federal government didn't seize them. That sounds weird,
right.
you
And
know.
Trump says do it, but then he says he's mad. Like
Yeah.
it's just kind of weird. You think Hogan's doing good though?
I mean, like that's a very odd definition because I think it's very tough. And I think so far he's done relatively well. You know, I would say so.
Would you make out with him for 10 grand on camera? Like at a press conference, you make out with Logan for 10 grand.
Hey, sure, yeah.
What's the lowest you're getting there?
But if it was before this happened, I probably wouldn't do it.
But now he's kind of a star.
Yeah. he's looking like he's looking like a snacker now.
I hear
Like a
you.
stud.
You're raising your,
Yeah.
your profile.
Well, he raised his profile, so
You're attaching your name to his. Then you write a book.
So before this, we're probably
Time
talking like
I made out with
25 large. But now I'll take it down
I'll
to
tell you what
10.
I do love. The fact that they're opening up that goddamn UFC, boy. I'll tell you what's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah,
weird,
yeah,
man,
man.
because there's no fans.
Yeah,
And then
That's-
they're not even doing in the octagon interviews. And then
so weird,
the
man.
commentators are sitting 6 feet apart.
Yeah, it's
Isn't
really
that so weird.
it's
man?
super weird, man.
Bro, it's
But
gonna be so
whatever to have UFC, right?
bro.
But
what as a fight fan, my dick is hard, bro.
Yeah.
To be able
Yeah.
to hear both the corners talking, and
Bro.
hear the contact,
as
it's gonna be insane.
as a sports fan, man, to hear that and to hear like the German soccer league Bundesliga, they're
Oh,
gonna,
yeah,
they're gonna
seen that too,
resume. The French one they already canceled theirs. Italy's gonna resume. Spain's gonna resume, and for the England still has to come up. But I mean, sports are starting to come back
Yeah.
under similar circumstances though, where you won't be able to have no fans.
I don't care if it's like it for a year.
Bro,
As long as you're playing some
I watched a couple of those soccer matches without fans, bro. It was awesome, man, because you hear them and they're calling each other out. They're like, talking, you hear the conversation, man. It's awesome, bro.
The only thing
You
that
hear
don't make sense
coaches?
is the WWE.
You hear
right?
coaches? Yeah, WWE was
It's the only
terrible,
one.
bro. But when someone's doing a monologue, when Edge is sitting there doing a monologue in a fucking duster,
he's like, what? There's no one there. I was like,
straight up a duster, he was like, you're trash, Pittsburgh. I heard this city was trash.
Fuck you.
Anyway, she stole my heart, and it's all because of you, Edge.
I'm gonna spear anybody that comes out of that door right now.
and as he's looking at the door, a guy comes from behind him, hits him with a table.
Oh my god.
She said, funny. It's so funny. Earlier I said, you should have never turned that custody match for Dominic.
Yes. you should give me that shit. That shit was fucked up.
What was the meme? What did the meme say?
The meme was like the WT was wilding back in the day or some shit, man. And it had a picture. It was like Money in the Bank ladder match for custody of Dominic.
Hey Guerrero, Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. I'm sitting there.
How crazy is that, bro?
I was sitting there.
How crazy is that?
And
that's real, right?
It was really Rey Mysterio's son. It wasn't real. I don't think it was real, bro. I remember,
don't take this from me.
I was reading the event description. Listen,
I'm not saying for real custody, Steve.
That's
I'm saying it wasn't a real match. Really bad.
Yeah, that was a real match. You didn't watch wrestling back then?
I don't remember Dominic's custody
battle,
bro.
You don't remember the Eddie Guerrero Rey Mysterio feud?
I remember the feud, but I don't remember that, bro.
Bro, I remember that SummerSlam, man. That was real. That was real.
You thought for a second that I generally thought they were fighting for custody of this child, Steve.
Possibly. In a televised event. Yes, for a brief second. Yes.
You said none of that's real. You said I don't think none of it's real.
Bro. Oh man. Yes.
They really bad for custody? Oh, did the other dad win?
No, boy. No, man.
Custody,
no, man, no.
That
was Rey Mysterio's. But
yeah, Rey Mysterio never seen this kid again.
But when you get a chance, you should go read the details.
I'm gonna watch this battle.
The details on the Wikipedia pages, like, this match was a match between Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio, in which they performed in a Money in the Bank ladder match in which they had to retrieve a briefcase which contained legal documents for Dominic's custody. I'm just geeking so hard. Like, what the fuck is going on,
man?
Oh no,
Who the fuck did
2005 was. I remember that shit was wild, man. I remember like you used to have like the craziest shit going on where like, oh man, like this girl's fucking the Undertaker, and like that's Edge's wife, and just like now we gotta fight at WrestleMania. Like it's just like what the fuck's going on, man?
As a kid, they're throwing that into you, and Trish Stratus's tits and shit.
And so Braun panties matches, bro.
Bro, if somebody came to Cartoon Network right now and pitched Eddie Bravo, they'd be like, "What?"
Bra and panty matches, bro.
Bra and panty matches. I can't believe that's what you were saying at first.
Did you not remember that? Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot all about that, bro.
Bra
and they used to like rip on their bra and shit, yo. I remember the one
you would get them. You give them their bra and panties.
Oh my god,
they had
it on WWE in the game,
bro.
Used to tap X, bro. Yank on
them. Yeah. I remember they had
the fuck.
I remember they had the fucking. They had. I remember
little kids beat their dick to that.
I remember one year.
I never beat my dick to that one, but I know someone did. I never got a dick beat in that one.
Yeah, I did
5 times.
Really, I did.
You beat that one?
Trish, bro.
Just slowly hit X.
And Stacy Keibler. And that's the
fucking. Ever did was on GTA. You know, you hit a wall and vibrate.
Done.
One time, I remember my shit froze during a vibration. You're just like that thing underneath your balls. You just let that controller go forever, baby.
I do that once in a while. Yeah.
You know what someone was talking about the other day that I was seeing? People were saying they jerk off with Vicks Vapor Rub with a fan in front of them. Both just looked at each other and was like, processing.
Yeah.
They're trying to process, like,
I'm like, would that feel good?
Would that feel good? Some Vicks Vapor
Would that feel good? Do
like,
I got a fan? Does that feel good? Would that feel good? I don't.
Is that a setup?
I don't think so, man. That might sound like the whole icy hot on your balls type thing.
I did that before when I was a kid.
I did too, bro. No, not cool, man.
Thing I ever did. And you know what my dumbass Steve did? I got in the shower. I mean, I got in like the bathtub. I was like dipping my balls in there in hot water, and it was just like horribly bad. Bro. Like wouldn't come off and like made it of oil.
Yeah.
I couldn't wipe it off. You know what I
It was
mean?
a waxy case of my balls
Yeah.
with just the heat, the hot part of the icy hot. It's like
It's
it
just
was
like
like
burning
wax.
my
It just,
shit up.
it more so bonded it to my skin more.
Exactly.
You know, just like
And the wax.
you know. But also, I don't think cold water would help either, as it would just like help solidify it some more. I don't know.
I should have swiped it off probably with a towel or something.
Yeah, it might be the best, but still the residual on
It's
there.
bad. It's just so dumb. Why
Not
did you do
good.
that? Why?
No, not good at all, man. I did it too. Got a little bit on my gooch, and that was like really not good at all, man.
Bro. This
Yeah.
UFC is fucking stacked,
Yeah.
man. I
Bro.
can't tell you how happy I am, man. Just to see-
Ferguson or Gay3, straight up.
so dangerous. I'm going my boy Fergie to the death with me, man. I'll ride with him, man. That's
Bro,
my
I
favorite
like-
fighter, bro.
Like it's just been recently that all this has been happening where like I really like paid attention to Ferguson. And I'm just like Ferguson's a savage. That's all I know,
Crazy,
man.
bro.
That's all I know, man.
I
He's a
was
savage.
seeing this one technique that he was talking about. It's like, people see that
Video of him kicking that metal bar and shit,
yeah.
and you like he's
Bro.
dumb. But bro, the reason he does that is because he's one of the few people who will actually kick someone in their shin to shin. You know when you check a kick, right? It's like I try and hit you on the outside of your calf, and you turn your shin. and
Yeah.
hit me shin to shin. That's
Yeah.
a good thing for you. You checked my kick. Like Ferguson does that on purpose. Like this, like he's trying to have like the stronger shin.
Yeah.
Like
I got you.
it's crazy, bro.
Savage, bro.
Yeah,
Once I seen a dude work out in jeans, I was like, rap.
yeah,
That's a rap, bro. You worked out full denim.
hands down, man, my favorite guy. And like I said, like
Boot
it's not
cut?
even it's not even people think when you root for a fighter, like you think like he's the best fighter in the world. You know what I mean? Like I root for him in every fight just because I like the dude. I just like his style in life.
Yeah.
I like his personality.
I feel
man.
that.
Yeah, it's just cool.
Because once I saw he made weight too, I was just like,
Made weight
wow.
for no reason.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
155 on the dot.
That worried me a little bit. I like it, but at the same time, I'm thinking you got to fight 3 weeks later. So now you depleted your body twice. You're hoping he can stay low, but you don't know. And Gate 3 hits like a crazy Mack truck. I think that, I know it sounds crazy, but I honestly believe Khabib might be an easier fight than Gate 3 for Ferguson. Because, styles make fights, man. And Ferguson gets hit. That's it. That's one of his flaws is he keeps his chin up. He keeps his hands low and he gets hit. And he's always been able to handle it and get back up and figure it out. But Gate 3 hits hard. And, man, he could put Tony out. He really could.
I
But
feel you.
Tony got a lot of ways, man. He could gas him. He could submit him. That's really the number one way I would see as a submission.
You want to retake up our bet that we had from Khabib Tony?
This is
I bet on Gay 3.
I'll still put 20 on that.
Okay.
This is but it's a way more dangerous fight, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%.
I just don't like the power in his hands. Gaethje can put Tony out.
yeah.
I don't see Tony knocking Gaethje
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
It
Last
had to
time,
be like a
yeah,
TKO.
last time we were talking to Tony Khabib, you were like, "I'm taking any and all bets for Tony, man." It's like I
Yeah.
know Tony's gonna win,
Tony
uh,
versus Khabib, I really feel like the style
and then Gay
matches up
3, yeah,
great. With
yeah.
Gate 3, I'm thinking, man, Gaethje's gonna
I remember,
sprawl.
I was talking to Tyler. Tyler was all Gay 3, bro. It was all Gay
And
3.
I'm way more in favor of Gate 3 beating Tony than Khabib. I definitely believe that. When
At the end of the day, do you really believe that Tony can come out the win though?
Fuck yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah. Tony's still super skilled, bro. He's still super skilled, dog. I mean, when you talk about, like, people think, if he's one of them guys that fights dumb, just like people think Gaethje fights dumb, but it's actually a calculated method, and he knows, his camp knows Gaethje hits like a Mack truck, He knows, like, I probably should try not to get caught in this one.
we cut to like his camp, literally like, look, Tony, Gay 3 hits like a Mack truck.
Yeah, it's like, I know, bro. I know. You got to take in the deep waters, which is like, what does Tony?
Where'd you get that from? Like, you just say that Mack truck?
No, Gaethje said that.
Gay 3 said hits
He
like a
said
Mack
I
truck.
hit like a Mack truck. And it's true.
I was wondering where you're getting that. Like, you just don't come out and say that. Like Gay 3 is like a Mack truck, bro. It's like,
That's just direct quote.
no one just straight up just says that.
It's
It's
a
like,
direct quote. And he really does, man. He'll flatten you. That's why if Tony wins, it's gonna have to be by like gassing Gaethje. He's gonna have to survive the onslaught.
is this a 5-rounder?
It's a 5-rounder. It sucks whenever like a strategy in a fight. Sometimes you hear it though, where the guy goes like, "You're gonna have to weather the storm." It's the good way of saying you're gonna have to take some shots,
Right.
You got to get him into that third, fourth, fifth round to that point where he gets gassed. He does get gassed at every fight, man. Fourth round, he goes for maybe a sprawl, a takedown, at a tired takedown, or you get him down, he sprawls, and you come down, snap the Doris on him, something like that. I could see a late Doris. I could also, a lot of people don't want to hear this, I could also see cut stoppage. Tony cuts everyone, and they could easily stop a fight because of cuts. It happens all the time, and if anyone's going to do it, it'd be Tony.
Right.
And Gaither, is that guy that's going to come forward. Tony come with the fucking elbows, Tony has a lot of ways to win, but Gaither has that power that, changes things. Outside of that, you look at the fight, the Cejudo Cruz, whatever. I don't even care about it, man. It's so fucking weak. Whatever. I'll watch it just because they're both like great athletes, but I just hate that match.
It was all these are the Saturday, right?
Yeah. It's just like a lot of people deserve that title shot. Dominic Cruz didn't. Hasn't fought in 3 years.
Where are the fights taking place?
Florida. Jacksonville.
UFC grounds?
No, it's a hotel.
They
rented out a hotel.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
And they're taking like crazy precautions. Like usually they bring 4 saunas, they're bringing 26. Like everybody gets like individual everything. They're taking a lot of precautions.
They're bringing 26 saunas over there.
26 portable saunas.
They just bring them.
They take 2 18-wheelers. They're crazy.
That's wild.
It's wild, and they just set up at random places.
I mean, like I'm always amazed at events on any scale because I'm just like, bro, the amount of shit to get here.
Shit you had to do it, right?
Yeah,
like the pay-per-view setup, the concession sales, the everything, sponsorships,
all this,
everything.
all this just came together for you. Like,
here.
wow,
it's like, and then you make a profit. Like,
yeah,
great fucking job, a big ass
execution.
Profit.
Nice.
Yeah, great job, guys.
I can appreciate it, man.
Then they got so fuck that fight, kind of, good fight, whatever, I guess. But Rosenstrike Ngannou, that's a crazy one people should watch, man. That's two hardest hitters in the heavyweight division fighting each other, man. Someone's getting sparked. Someone's going to sleep. Night time. That's what I like to see.
Francis Ngannou.
Someone. I like Francis in it, but Rosenstrike is, a K1 kickboxer.
21 Francis.
Huh?
21 Francis.
I like Francis. I like Francis in the fight. But I can see Rosenstrike really chopping his legs down with leg kicks. He's got that kind of guy. He could chop them down for sure. But Ngannou just looks scary right now, bro. I've seen his latest picture. He's just so fucking big. Outside of that, I like a fight that people are sleeping on, bro. I'm telling you, it's going to be the best fight of the night. People don't want to hear this, and I love Ferguson Gaither. I think the best fight of the night is Luque versus Nico Price, bro. He's that guy I was talking about with you before, where he's just built so weird with his shoulders. I couldn't show you a good picture.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't find a good picture, but like he fights Saturday.
What was that advantage of that? You said
it's just the fact that like he can generate all of this power.
Okay.
Like, like he's the only person that ever knocked someone out from the bottom with hammer fist.
Gotcha.
Like he knocks someone out from hammer fist. His last fight, he knocked someone out with an up kick. Like he can just generate power with these long limbs, Like why is Deontay Wilder so strong? It's because he's like Thomas Hearns. Like it's like a shooting type of thing in their shoulders that like fire. It's not because they're big and cocky muscular.
Yeah, exactly.
It's, they just like they have this fire to their shoulders that can generate power out of nowhere.
Right.
It's a God's gift, And I just think that fight is gonna be insane, man. I'm so happy, Steve, man. When I tell you like a little kid, man, like, man, I am just to get my mind off things, to really look forward to something, They're like, I'm getting up early, I'm getting me some drink, I'm a fat old, I'm rolling helmets, I'm watching every fight, man. I'm getting drunk, you know what I mean? I'm gonna really enjoy this one, man.
I won't be doing all of that, but I mean, I'll be feeling the same way once I can watch a little bit of like soccer at least, just something. Well, like you want my kid, I won't watch baseball or anything. No, I'll watch soccer, man.
But we're definitely looking forward to some sports coming back, man.
Because I used to do that all the time. I remember Saturday mornings, I'd just wake up early, do the same thing, man.
I'll tell you, the one thing I want to talk to you earlier about.
What's up?
The Bam Margera and Steve out, right? What I was just thinking is like, this is a funny compare and contrast of them, right? They both do Jackass, right?
Yeah.
Bam is actually the person that's creating, all these shows and putting all these people on and making all these people this money. Also a skateboarder, doing all these great things, right?
Is it Bam?
Not Jackass, right? He's a part of Jackass, but like Bam's, what was it? Fucking Bam's house.
Yeah.
Remember? And he was like a professional skateboarder. He brought like Ryan Dunn and all of them in on his show.
Yeah, Steve wasn't big on Bam's house, but yeah.
No, but Steve-O was in Jackass. I was just compared to Jackass.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
You got Steve-O, right? And he is a addict to the full extent. He's doing 100 whippets a day or whatever, you know? Steve-O now Look at Steve now. Sober, been sober, what, 10 years now?
Doing a lot for himself
Perfectly
right now,
great
man.
life. Look at Bam. Look
Podcasts,
at Bam.
yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Driving himself down, bro.
Steve-O's podcast is actually really good too,
Is
man.
it? You checked it out?
Yeah, check that out. It's a really good podcast, man. Just because like Steve-O is a really interesting guy. He's a really cool character,
He really
man.
is, but sometimes he's just one of them guys that gives me a little bit too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I feel like he's kind of fallen into this character. And I gotta be like this guy now.
well, I mean
It's like,
that's what's refreshing about
I like him.
his
though. I do
most
like him.
recent stuff though. Is like especially
He's
with his
not that?
podcast. He's not that, man.
Oh, that's
I remember
cool.
he had this video he released a while
I think I may
ago.
watch it, bro.
He had this video he had a while ago where he was just like he was talking, he was like yeah, man, like you know back when I was like skating a lot more. He's like, yeah, I still skate, but it was this one trick I could never land, man. And you know he just went back and it was just all about him recreating it and actually landing that trick and stuff.
That's cool.
And it was just cool, man. You just see this guy, man, who's looking like he's really open, he's recovering, he's in a good spot. And he's doing and you
awesome.
see the positivity because he's out, he's appearing on podcasts. He just started his own podcast. And he's did a lot of interviews and he has a YouTube channel. He's made a lot of cool videos, man.
Love a success story, don't you?
Exactly,
Love
man.
a good
And-
success story.
And like I said, like and Steve was always been like he's always seemed like a guy who just like like he had like I don't know, man, just like he was always just like fun, laughing. Just like I don't know,
like,
man.
He just wanted to make people smile.
I
Basically,
kind of just like I want him. I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy for him. You know, to see that it did work out for him.
I had a friend, man. I've seen a lot of people that fell down, horrible roads and never came back, man. But I had a very close friend who was on that, on that same shit in that dark spot, man, and did the same thing, isn't a celebrity, and did that same thing, man. I still feel so proud for that person today, that like, that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, you get too fucked up for me, you know what I mean? So like, you get too fucked up, bro. And then like seeing him today is like not doing anything. It's like, man, it's amazing that some people do have that willpower to do that. Man.
Awesome, man. And that's the thing that people like. I think when people do experience like stuff like that, it's really hard for them to cope with a completely sober life. You know what I'm saying? Because that's usually what it is most of the time. You live that completely sober life. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because
you don't know what to do for that time.
Well, because it's like the moment you let your guard down, you relapse, bro.
Yep.
You know?
Live with that forever. You're always
exactly,
in
man.
Bag, always in
exactly, man. I mean, it's the same. Like people, it's tough, man. It's a strong thing. And it's there's some strong people out there that have that do that. They come to terms with it, man. They really fucking knock out the park, man. I love it, man. I really do. I love when people you turn your life around, man. It's like the circumstances of which you're in now don't define your future or where you're going from there, man. It's up to you.
Anybody can do it, man.
Up to you, man.
It's up
to you, can, man.
You gotta do it.
And maybe that may bounce off.
We're not saying.
Well, I mean, like it's just tough because I'm not an addict,
But you see, it's possible. We've seen it's possible,
Yeah,
man. If you want it, you probably can get it.
And I won't say I know it's tough. And I won't even say I understand it's tough.
Right.
I'll just sit there
Don't
and
get it
say
at all.
it's tough.
Yeah.
I don't get it at all, man, but you can do it, man. It can be done.
Really, last topic we didn't really talk about, man, was them fucking UFC UFO videos.
Oh yeah,
What do you think
okay,
about those?
I mean, like
I didn't even watch them.
I watched them.
I didn't even care.
They're silly, man. I don't know because
I felt like they were going to
because like you're sitting there, it's like okay, like because for one, they were leaked before they confirmed that they were actually real. So I'm just like okay, so I mean, this is something you wanted to get out.
Weird.
This is one. So of course you get that weird grainy footage, but I mean at this point you can see something and you can see that's traveling really fast. It's very clear that this is an object and it is traveling fast. But I mean, like it's like it was leaked and they just come out and confirm that it actually is real. It just seems like this is what you want me to see type of style,
UFO findings too, and we want to really see the next step, right? We want to see like a UFO come up to a plane, interact with it.
I'll believe it when I see it. You know what I'm saying? Type of deal.
You just sound like a great grandfather.
I'm just saying because like
said it.
because it's like man, it's just like I'm just like I don't know, man. It's just like I feel like that's what they want me to see.
Right now they do the news, right? There's a breaking alert, and they're like, the alien said everyone go to your nearest football stadium. Do you go?
The news said it?
Yeah, the news said it. They're like, breaking alert. Alien said go to your nearest football stadium.
I wonder who goes.
Do you go?
I don't think so, man. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but I don't think I'm gonna go. I don't know why. Like, why?
Well, you would think about how many people would go, right? Like 50% at least.
I wonder. Right? I'm just like, why would you? I'm like, But then again, it's also like, what happens if I don't go?
Right, exactly. Well, Italians are taking us out of here and everything's about to die.
Maybe I go chill outside the stadium and just weigh my options.
Is it who's gonna show me what's going on down there?
You hear everyone cheering, like, okay, I'm gonna go to the stadium.
You go live stream it.
Everyone's cheering, man. It's
It looks
like,
lit.
yeah, and meanwhile, I'm
I
like,
don't even know what it's for, but it seems lit.
yeah, exactly, man. It's like, I
yelling.
want in.
I'm
But yeah, everyone's
on
screaming, it's like, ah! It's like, I get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I'll weigh my options. I'll figure it out from there, man.
Let's hope the Alien Invasion comes soon.
Oh, man.
Thank everybody for checking us out.
We're back.
I really missed this.
Yeah, we're back,
This
man.
was good.
This is
was
back.
good.
Yeah, that was fun, man.
Felt
Hey,
good.
everybody for checking in. Thank you, everyone who commented. Phil, Mike, really appreciate
Got
it,
some
man.
comments out here.
Amy, shout out to y'all. We really appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, everybody. We love you. Keep
Like,
checking
share, and
it out.
subscribe. We're here, man. Love y'all. Good night.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was cool, man. That was fun.